much I swipe it.
The hair is just not working out, huh? For you
You're always swiping it.
Yeah, but usually after I swipe it, there's a determined amount of time where it stays swiped.
What's up? Welcome.
I don't know if that's true because you're like swiping it all the time.
Yeah, because it's a lot of work.
I'm Ultra David.
Hey, look at this. I've cleaned up too.
I'm Sage Am. Hey, I like your hair. Yeah, it looks cool.
Oh yeah, look
I
at
like
that.
it.
You got a haircut.
I didn't notice because of the headset at first.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to find my beard trimmer in a month.
I was gonna say you had that problem. Like, I feel like that was at like SCR or something, right? You told me about that.
Oh,
it's been a while.
It's been a month. I mean, it's been So I guess
yeah,
SCR.
that's SCR, right?
Yeah, it's been a month since I've found it because I moved just over 1 month ago, and so everything's been in a box since like just over 1 month ago. I really don't want a beard anymore. It's getting tiresome. I'm thinking about just going to like a barber or something.
Oh, and maybe getting like an actual blade thing.
Do you not know what box it is? Is that the problem?
Yeah.
It's just somewhere in there.
It's somewhere. Or maybe we've already like unpacked it and put it in some drawer, you know?
Yeah. You just like throw everything in a drawer, shoved it under the bed, and you're just like, whatever.
That really might be the case.
Oh, man. All right.
Is it like a really nice beard trimmer or something?
Oh, yeah.
Is it itchy?
It's kind of past that, actually, at this point. I mean, it's good half-inch long, you know? So.
I don't know how you grow it out that long. Like, at much farther than this length, it gets the itchy phase. And then it goes towards that, and that's too much. I like a very short beard.
I don't want this beard.
Yeah, that's too much. I don't know how you can hang with that thing.
I don't like it.
But
you gotta get rid of that stat.
I'm tired of it.
But I mean, once it gets long, does it stay itchy? Like,
no.
If it's
No.
So once it gets to like Eris length, it's like whatever at that point.
Like, is your scalp itchy?
Oh yeah, I guess that's true.
It's like the same.
I mean, my hair is itchy all the time, but that could be a different problem.
You should get that looked at. Anyway, welcome to the Tuesday show. I guess things other than politics have happened over the past week or two.
Gosh, I know.
I don't know. That's what they've told me.
On last Tuesday, I was like, I'm gonna stream depending on how the election goes.
Yeah.
And I didn't stream.
You did not stream.
I did not stream last week, so.
There's no Steve. There's no taste of Steve here.
Shoutouts to Budafuka for subscribing 4 months in a row. Shoutouts. Okay.
All right. So what did happen? We're going to talk about the Red Bull Battlegrounds and Knuckle Dew. We're going to talk about Capcom Cup, which is not too far away. We're going to talk about the Tekken Tour NA Finals.
Yeah, I'm really sad that Tasty's not here because obviously he was there and he got to experience. But
he is preparing to go to Japan, so he's like
also for Tekken.
Yeah, also for Tekken. Yeah, for the global final. So he's gonna go there. I assume to do hosting and commentary stuff. Yeah, because he did hosting stuff at the NA finals, but also commentary the first
day. Yeah.
So he's preparing to go to Japan, and you know that's like he's leaving for like 2 or 3 weeks or something. Yeah, like he's gonna be there a while. So
he's using time to also vacation there as well.
So he's going there. I think it's like he goes there a little early, and then he has like 3 or 4 days or something like that to like kind of just see Japan, and then he works, and then he comes back.
Yeah,
sweet. That's cool.
Man.
I'm very jealous.
Yeah, all of us are. Yeah. That's all I'm thinking right now.
Like, I haven't been to Japan.
None of us have been.
And this is Steve's first time.
Yeah. So he's got to get prepared for it. So he's like, sorry, guys. And we're like, yeah, whatever.
Do what you got to do.
We hate you.
No worries. No worries.
Yeah. All right, well, you want to hop into this Red Bull Battlegrounds?
Let's talk about Red Bull Battlegrounds here. Cool. So this took place 2 weekends ago. All of us were there. A whole bunch of people were there. Not even
15
players,
commentators.
But commentators, yeah. Which I thought was super cool that they brought in a lot of the commentators from all the other areas to come and do commentary. So that was super sick. So not only did the Proving Grounds do a good job of like getting all the players, but then Battlegrounds, they even brought in all the commentators.
And I thought that was cool they brought in Josh Gray.
Oh, yeah.
To do hosting work, because let's be honest here. We don't have anybody that's good at hosting.
He's like an actual actor.
He's like
acting training for real.
I was talking to Brett about that, and he's like, I was just going to use one of you guys as a host, because you guys know the game a little bit better, but he's like, but choosing between a host, like here, and like knowledge here, or knowledge here and hosting here, and he just picked the better host. And I was like,
it's not like he's at zero knowledge anyway.
Right,
no,
exactly.
And
not
only that, but he did an excellent job of like talking to us and being like, hey, what should I talk about exactly? What do you think about this storyline? Okay. What do you think about? And I was like, oh yeah, it was cool. Yeah, Josh is great.
He's a good guy.
Josh is awesome. But Red Bull Battlegrounds also super awesome event.
It was great.
I mean, look, let's just get right to the story.
Super esports.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Very, but it was.
There was like a no gyms area, and like there was like it was super.
The interesting thing, the MVP area. I mean, sorry, the
VIP.
The VIP area was more for staff and the 14 players who already qualified. Right?
Yeah, I mean, they were in there, but I just don't like those.
Yeah, I didn't like it either.
We definitely sat in the crowd.
Yeah, and I even talked to the Red Bull guys afterwards. I was like, the one thing I don't like is, VIP.
I said the same thing.
If you want to give the player, because this is like an invitational thing, so if you do want to give the players a place to play, I guess that's one thing. But like, it's like really weird to have everybody sit, like a bunch of the players sit up there, because then they don't get to interact with anybody.
Yeah, I mean, like,
you lose a lot of stuff.
If it's an invitational, like if it's something like Kumite, where they just invite you directly, like if there's a VIP area, that makes sense because these players are kind of doing you a favor of getting here. But like for something like this, where they're all battling the same way as everybody else, I kind of...
It was a bit weird.
There was a hyper fighting machine that was only accessible if you had the VIP.
And if you were able to play on those joysticks.
I played against David and he did slide with Vega and I couldn't find down back on the stick. And when I finally did, I couldn't keep it there for very long.
Best believe, I immediately, as soon as I realized that, I was like, slide.
But the best part was...
those were the most... I've never played on a stick that bad in my life, because I'm very young.
I took over, and then I was able to block right away.
It took you like 3 slides, like boom.
Not because the sticks were any better, but because I have experience on god-awful joysticks.
Those were terrible.
And you can hear us hitting the buttons so hard, because that's just what we did.
Had to do it.
It was crazy. When I was hitting the buttons, somebody was like, wow, you're hitting the button so hard. I was like, my hand hurts really bad. I don't know how people do this.
I ended up just picking the characters that I felt like needed the fewer special moves. That's why I was playing Vega, who's not very good in that game.
Yeah.
But I didn't like need special moves. I could just like jump and slide and do like crouching strong, like whatever basic stuff. Or Balrog, or just turnaround punches is super easy.
Vi, when we played on the other cab, the ST cab that had a little bit better sticks, Vi was just like, I'm gonna play a charge character. It's like, I'm not playing a character that I have to do inputs.
I thought that too when I went to that hyper fighting cabin. So I played Guile and I couldn't charge because I couldn't find
those cabs. Suck.
They definitely suck, but they were only available. That hyper fighting one was only available if you had the VIP pass. Which I thought kind of sucked.
They had a super turbo cabinet out there though.
They did.
That was one of the funnest things was when everybody went to play ST and it was
all
like,
the old men.
All the old people, right? Like there was even a point where Flash showed up and he tried to play against, I think it was Big E. And Big E like was downcharging as Bison from full screen and he slams the machine like that like he's gonna head stomp and Flash kicks.
Of course.
And Big E looked at him and was like, are you a moron? You thought I would do that? And then he head stomped him. And it was like, it was so good. But the best part is like Big E and Larry are playing so serious, right? And they're talking trash to each other and everything. And then Vi walks up to the machine and everybody got real quiet. They're like, oh no, it's Vi. And he just like steamrolled them until the legendary Jimmy Fishmouth walked over and beat Vi in like super close clutch match. That was so crazy.
Yeah, knocked Vi off the machine.
It was pretty sick.
I think that might have been the first time in my life.
It was pretty dope.
Yeah.
Watching ST was super fun.
Yeah, that game was awesome. But Red Bull Battlegrounds, look, so many good players. Obviously, the last chance qualifiers took place first. All these players, and it came down, the 2 people who qualified to that were Tokido and RB. Yeah. So it was Tokido and RB who qualified for the last chance, and so they got put into the 16 mix, and then the 16 happened, and that was some crazy.
Well, as far as the open bracket goes, I thought it was just to talk about the general structure of the event. And I don't want to sound like I'm complaining constantly. I had a really good time, but I really didn't like that the bracket was the way it was.
Oh, yeah.
Because the last chance qualifiers got placed against Justin Wong and Knuckle and not even joking, a lot of people said that's probably grand finals or winners finals.
Yeah.
Or obviously not winners finals.
Knuckle told me
grand finals
he had to play Tokido first.
Yeah, he did.
And he told me, he's like, I feel like this is actually grand finals. He's like, I feel like...
I really thought that. He's like,
I think I'll beat everybody else. Like, this is definitely the one.
Well, I mean... It literally became grand finals.
So I thought that kind of sucked. But it was... And I also thought it kind of sucked that, Tokido and RB and Daigo and whatever, that they were there for the NA qualifiers. Like, I know Daigo did that for Europe. I thought that sucked also.
Daigo was there at the NA one too, even though he's qualified. And people who qualified could enter the last chance qualifiers, not even a region thing, but just the fact that they were already qualified and they're still trying to qualify.
It was like weirdly advertised too as like the amateur bracket way to qualify, and then they flew out Daigo, Bonchan, Tokido. a bunch of amateurs.
A bunch of amateurs.
It was very weird. I mean, it made for a really exciting final for that.
Yep.
Yeah, and RB definitely, I think, was the hero.
That was awesome.
Oh,
He made it so interesting. And I'm really so I was studying a lot of Urian purposely because I wanted to like know the character better. So I was playing Filthy Rich a lot because he's just insane.
Right,
That guy's ridiculous.
Well, actually, before we go into RB, let me just go through the 16 spots, and then we'll talk about the players that stood out to us here. So 13th place was Takeuchi, Lud, Flash, and Ray Ray. Those are the guys that went 0-2.
Dang, John Takeuchi went 0-2.
Yeah. He actually finally, for the first time, looked like he was overwhelmed by the situation.
Yeah.
Like I could actually see kind of like this. What the heck is going on?
He lost to Samurai and RB, I think is who he lost to.
I think
which was like two tough players to play.
And then 9th place was Julio, F-Champ, Chris Tatarian, and XSK Samurai. So a good swath of some of North America's top players finishing here tied for 9th.
I mean, all 4 of those people are in Capcom Cup?
Yeah, that's right.
They sure are.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
7th place was Ricky Ortiz and Alucard. 5th place was RB, as you mentioned, the hero of the tournament, and K-Brad. 4th place, E.G. Justin Wong. 3rd place, Ambu Punk. 2nd place was Tokido, and 1st place was Liquid Knuckle Dude.
Yeah, dude was pretty fantastic.
So, yeah, but okay, so let's talk about RB a little bit here.
Yeah, so I was watching a lot of his footage before the tournament just to study Urian, and nobody knew that guy was going to show up. And he just kind of like showed up, and I was like, I'm so happy I've been watching him play, because otherwise I would not have known like a lot of the stuff. He had all these crazy setups. Like, I still didn't see the one where he put close mirror, dash forward, dash back to bait Julio. That setup is jank. That was immediately added to my Urian. I was like, oh, stealing that. But
dude, I saw that. I was just like,
I thought that was one of the few that I thought were things that I hadn't seen before.
Yeah,
I like his setup where he does EX headbutt, fierce. And then he does the mirror, and he does medium kick knees, and the whiff headbutt. Yeah, he had a lot of really interesting setups, but I think in general, he just seemed like the most prepared Urian I've seen by far.
That guy doesn't know he has anti-airs.
No, it's so bad.
Everything else was great, but I just was consistently surprised that he never even tried it.
Standing roundhouse.
Roundhouse is good from farther away. Forward strong is legit. Crouching fierce has a good spot on it too. Like, we never saw any of those. And other than that, I thought it was awesome. So I was like confused. You have all these other things with the character, but like not.
Anti-airs. Maybe he just doesn't believe. I don't know, but he should just hit roundhouse.
It's really interesting though to me, because I still remember RB also at E3 before Street last year, and he was winning all those events over there. So I just feel like RB is the kind of person who can pick up a character faster than a lot of other people.
He was putting everybody to sleep with the birdie play and beating everybody.
Yeah. And then here he is with Urian blowing everyone up. And I'm not making excuses for the people that he beat, but I just know a lot of people probably were not ready for that. And I know when Justin found out that he had to play Urian, he had to play RB first round in that top 16, he studied a bunch. And to Justin's credit, he also played him a bunch on streams and just for fun. So he knew a lot of the Urian stuff. And if you notice, Justin played it very Marvel-like.
He beat RB twice, right?
Yeah, I think so. And RB just never had the chance to set up anything. So Justin did it Marvel style, which is, I'm just never going to get put into that position where you can do mirror fun stuff to me. Yeah. And he was able to beat him. But I just don't feel like a lot of other people were prepared for RB at all. So
clearly so.
Yeah, newer character.
I thought that the most interesting performance was by Punk. I mean, Punk,
that was crazy.
Like, I definitely thought that was craziest. He has gone to a few majors before, but never did anything like this. It's like such a higher level of play.
Yeah.
But I don't even think that that's weird, because I was thinking about it in this dude's lifetime, 18 years. The game's been out for basically a year, including the beta. That's a pretty significant percentage of his own life. So like you can really get a lot better in that percentage of your life.
Yeah, that's true.
You really can. And he clearly did that. Like, I don't think this was a fluke. I don't know if he's going to do this again anytime soon, but the way he won was not like shenanigans and stupid stuff. No. It was like really legit. And he almost beat Tokido to get in the grand finals.
But it was
so crazy.
And it was another perfect example right there of why tournaments need to change that order of not from going from winners finals to losers finals. They need to play the losers final. Like, I forget the right order to do it, but the problem was after Ambu Punk lost to Tokido, you could see he was completely defeated, and then he had to play right away against Knuckle Dude.
I think what it is you do like a winners finals, loser semis, losers finals.
Yeah. That's what it is. Yeah. And so unfortunately, he just was because after he lost to Tokido, he looked like he was just like it looked like he lost the world. You know, he was like head down, he wasn't getting up, and then he had to play right away, and then he just didn't. When he was fighting against Knuckle Dude, I mean, obviously Knuckle Dude was ridiculous, but he still didn't look like he was full punk. You know, it looked like he was dropping things and feeling a little kind of still thinking about that Tokido match.
I mean, I remember seeing him play in previous events and online events, and I never thought that he would do what he did.
Yeah.
Like, to be perfectly honest, I was so surprised, but the way that he was doing it was not janky gimmicks. It was solid play. So that's not the kind of thing that I feel is a one-time off. I feel like there's going to be more of that in the future for him.
Hopefully we'll see him more, and hopefully he'll start be able to travel to a lot more events, and we'll be able to get some more of his play there. His play.
But yeah, so Knuckle Dude, maybe the best player in the world right now?
So that's what I was going to ask. So let's talk about Knuckle Dude. So he, for the longest of time, around SCR time, all of us were talking about how Xiaohai was the best on the planet now. He was just the greatest. And Knuckle Dude made him look kind of silly, right? And then Tokido came and played in this last chance qualifier, looked amazing, beat Knuckle Dude in the first round of that 16. Tokido looked like he was amazing because it looked like he figured something new out, and Azria was doing really well. Then Knuckle Dude beat him in grand finals.
Yeah.
Obviously, Knuckle Dude is one of the best players in the world right now. But is there, do you think, an argument that Knuckle Dude is the best player in the world right now, having defeated Xiaohai and Tokido in back-to-back weeks?
I think there's probably an argument that you can make, but I think I really have to see Capcom Cup first.
It's kind of cop out.
Yeah, it is, but I still feel like there are stronger players than Knuckle Dude. I think a lot of people, because he beat Tokido, that's for sure. But I still think I would rank Fudo probably stronger. Ooh, even though we haven't seen Fudo in a while.
Interesting.
I mean, not that I think that's a terrible choice.
But it was not
Fudo.
Now that's a name I haven't heard.
I still think that.
Time.
Yeah, I still think that Fudo's probably one of the best players in the world.
Yeah,
like if not the best.
Yeah.
I think he might be the strongest player. Okay. And then, beating Tokido was impressive, but I want to see him do it again.
Okay. Because the thing about it is, a lot of people are going to bring up Infiltration, right? Who hasn't been doing so well. In fact, he was at Canada Cup, and obviously he didn't win that one. Yeah. But Knuckle Dude has also had a history of doing well against Infiltration. I remember he beat Infiltration with the Capre in Street Fighter 4 a couple of times.
He was like definitely the Infiltration killer. Remember, he beat him at SCR the year that K-Brad won. Like, he always had his number, and I asked him about that, and he's like, when he was the best in the world, I just watched him all the time. So, like, I just knew how he played.
Right. So, I mean, what do you think? What do you think, David?
I think that he's certainly in that top level. I would be surprised, I guess, if he was the best player in the world.
Okay.
And I only say that just because I know that there's so much talent that doesn't travel very often to North American events.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that I would have singled Fudo up, but he's certainly a good choice.
Right. I think he's so ridiculous.
A lot of people in the chat are screaming out Momochi.
Yeah,
Momochi.
for sure. I was just going to say, I feel like that's who I would have mentioned right off the bat.
Okay.
I believe in Fudo.
I'm not saying that's a wrong choice.
What a silly choice.
He's so powerful. I really feel like it sucks because he hasn't traveled as much in this game.
Yeah.
And I really wish he would.
Yeah. But I think he knows he's qualified, so he's probably just like, I can relax a little bit.
I cannot wait to see him at Capcom.
I don't think it's Daigo.
No, not Daigo.
I don't think it's Daigo.
Like, when I think about, like, the elite level players, it's probably, like, Xiaohai, Momochi, Tokido, like, Fudo, Infiltration. But Infiltration lately has been a little weird.
And in that, I feel like Dude's in that list.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's the best thing you can say, is that he's in the top level, in the same level that
probably like top 5 people.
Yeah, top 5 I think is reasonable, for sure.
For me, it's just that it's so hard to even... I mean, I guess we have been saying that there is a best player for a while. Like, for a while it was Infiltration, then it was Xiaohai.
I mean, the thing is, it was clearly Infiltration for the first half of the game. First half of the year. Since then, it hasn't been clearly anybody.
Right.
It seemed like Xiaohai, it seemed like Momochi, but it wasn't like he wins everything.
Right,
It
exactly.
was not the same story.
And would I call Knuckle Dude the best in the world? I mean, this is a cop-out answer, too. I 100% admit it, but I would say on any given day, like between him or Momochi Ifuru, could be the best in the world if they're just having a good day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's really impressive to me how he's been playing, and I feel like the fact that he has these two characters, Mika and Guile,
huge part of it.
is so strong for him. I think that that's so important for him to have, because I mean, you saw Xiaohai blew up his Guile, and then he was like, all right, Mika. Then it was 6 straight in a row. So I feel like that, and just he's just gotten really good. And I don't know if it was also the power of his parents, his family flew out there.
That was a cheating power up.
It was like his dad and his uncle, I think it was, that was out there, and his other family member, Flash.
Yeah, that was so funny. He was in all the camera shots.
Yeah, they kept showing like Knuckle Dude's family and Flash is sitting.
His family is like, and then Flash is like, oh my god, I guess. I don't believe it.
Yeah, but I think Knuckle Dude is definitely top. I mean, for sure, 100% top 5.
Yeah.
Like 80% top 3 at this point.
Yeah, it's really hard because the game's super young, and besides, as you mentioned, Infiltration, no one's really been consistent enough.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing about it is, like, we talk about the game being really young, but who knows how different it's going to be in Season 2.
Yeah, it's going to change next Season 2.
So, I mean, it's young, but it could be kind of old at this point.
For now, though, I love the pick of Mika and Guile, like you were saying. I just feel like that covers every matchup, not only in terms of characters, but in terms of player play styles.
Yes.
If you know that somebody hates to have to play patiently, then you pick one, and if you know that they hate having to deal with somebody up close, then you pick the other. I just think that that's such a smart call. Those are, I've always felt that having a pressure grappler and a zoner, like, that's the best pairing.
Yeah,
that's what I did when I competed, and I always thought that made the most sense. So I'm really happy to see that he's doing that.
Yeah.
That gives him an advantage that nobody else does.
Nobody really at that level is playing anybody else.
No.
Like, everybody else we name that could be there is
like a one
character.
Ken, Cammy, Mika, Ryu.
Yeah.
And then Guile, Mika.
Yeah. Well, where do you think Guile is now? Do you think he's in that Elite 8?
Dude, you know I've always said he's
good.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, do you feel like he's at the point right now where it's now the nasty 9?
No, I think it's more than that. So I would say,
oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I've been thinking about this a lot.
The terrible 10?
Yeah, like I would definitely have
the excellent 11.
Yeah, it's more like 11, I would say, because I would add,
that's half the roster now.
Yeah, it is. I mean, at some point it gets ridiculous, but Guile, Rashid, Urian have to be in there.
Rashid, huh?
Rashid is really good.
Rashid up there.
In my view,
I think the thing about Guile is that he just has some important matchups that he does well in.
Right.
Like fighting Ryu really well is important. I think.
Well, he does well against almost everybody. I feel like he doesn't have that many bad matchups.
Well, I mean, look.
Like Cammy's not fun, I don't think.
I mean, no, I think he doesn't beat everybody. That's why I like the pick of Mika to compliment him.
Yes, I agree, because I feel like the only... Oh my god, that face is terrifying. I feel like the only... there's like a few matchups that I wouldn't love Guile in, and then all Mika fights all those pretty well. I think it's really like he's like
I think all those characters are better than Nash.
Oh yeah,
you know what? Nash is dropping down, but that's actually why I brought up this.
I think most of them are better than Karen.
This is actually why I wanted to bring up this article, because I wanted to save this for a little bit later.
In a weird spot.
I want to talk about this a little bit later, but we're kind of in it now.
Okay.
So Tokido talked at Red Bull, and he basically said that certain characters have become weaker when it was reduced to 6.5.
Yeah.
And I absolutely agree with that. I don't think it's a coincidence that we have been seeing less Nash and less Ken success since that patch.
I'm with you.
And I feel like that's kind of what upped some of the other characters as well.
I think, honestly, that also hurts Karen. I think that's partly why Karen hasn't been doing so well. Before, she was one of the few characters that had really super strong footsies, and it was easy to whiff punish with her, and it was easy to harass at a range where other people couldn't whiff punish you.
Yeah.
But now, that's easier for people to do.
Yeah.
It's not just her anymore. So her relative strength, I feel like, is a little bit lower than it was before.
She was certainly one of the few characters where, when you looked at her buttons, when there was more input lag, you're like, you can't whip punish it. It's impossible. She does that medium kick, and you're like, hey, it's red. Oh, it's gone. It's just so fast. You're just like, all right.
I mean, it was even the same with sweep of all things.
Yeah, sweep was crazy.
So now that other characters can whiff punish a little bit better, their footsies are a little bit stronger.
Yeah.
I don't think that her advantage is as much.
Well,
anymore.
I mean, according to the article, Tokido says that due to the input lag, aggressive players stood a better chance at winning. He says one mix-up is all it took to score a victory. And then he's even saying like some characters like Laura benefited a lot from the input delay.
Really?
Yeah. So because the mix-up is really good, right? So it's hard to react to that.
It's still really good, right?
Yeah. But I kind of agree with that because the gameplay has slowed down. You've talked about it a lot from Canada Cup and from Proving Grounds, how you're like, I really like that it's slowed down.
Yeah,
we saw Grand Finals was Chris G versus Dominion, this Fong Guile match, which was really slow. And even that Knuckle Do Daigo match at Canada, remember that one was like really slow paced.
I mean, even Do versus Tokido was not super fast paced. That was a sick match.
So,
yeah, or before that at ESL 1 at Brooklyn Beatdown, other than Shanghai, everybody who did well in the top 8, if I recall correctly, was a slow footsies heavy player.
Including like Commander Jesse getting in there with Paulson, you know. So yeah, I think and honestly, so Tuxedo Pizza in the chat says that it's also due to experience with the game, and that's 100% true. Yeah, but that experience is heightened. I feel like by a little bit of the input lag reduction, and I hope season 2. Please season 2 get down to 5 frames because I feel like that would be the right thing to do. Having said that, I do agree because a lot of people are like, I don't think they'll fix it in season 2 because they haven't fixed it yet, and I just don't think that it's right to fix it now. Yeah. You know, I mean, going down to 6.5, I felt like was already kind of an interesting decision to make in the middle of the season. Yeah, and I'm glad if they do fix it in season 2, I would be glad that they waited till season 2 to fix it.
Yeah, I mean, even just on the topic of Nash, I think he's like one of the characters people talk about the most. I think even input lag aside, he was just a really easy character to pick up at the start, and like to maximize Nash, it was not nearly as much work as like a lot of other characters.
I'm with that.
And then you've also talked about how people are just playing him smarter now. They're caging him in. They're staying a little further back from the corner.
Playing against him differently.
Like fighting against that kind of character in Street Fighter 5 was really weird when everybody else at the start was just kind of like, they're nowhere near that kind of style. Right. He's very particular style. They would just jump over Fierce Boom and get EX Sights, and that was like the whole game. And it was like, wow, there's nothing I can do. That was it.
It turns out that there is.
Yeah.
Anything else about Battlegrounds? Did you want to
Nothing.
mention the trailer at the end?
Sure, we can talk about that now.
Okay, you're going to talk about it later?
I had it slated for games section.
That's fine.
We can talk about
Either one.
Okay, we'll talk about it then.
We could instead talk about the fact that you're putting together a cool video.
Me?
What?
Yeah, aren't you?
I am.
With all the stuff, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
What?
yeah. So
What?
on the
Where?
UltraChen YouTube, which is at youtube.com/UltraChenTV, I've been putting up videos of my experience at various tournaments. And now it's going to be more than just me because you also took video at Red Bull Battlegrounds, and I should have that up tomorrow.
Oh, sick.
Oh, yeah.
I just gave you a bunch of stuff.
Nice.
Like, it was like a bunch of folders. But
yeah, that's what I got too.
Like I've been trying to do that more at events, like on my Twitter.
Just like
post like just short little videos, like a minute-long
okay.
videos on my Twitter. And like I was going to do it to my YouTube, but then I was like, he's already doing it. We might as well just like put all the footage together.
Case, I'll start recording stuff too.
You should?
So.
Yeah, because I just filmed a bunch of stuff, and I've been trying to take more pictures of the places I go, and also take more videos, because I realized like I traveled a billion places this year, and like I was like, I don't remember much. I was like, I feel like I just get off the plane, I go to like the thing, I talk about the thing, and I go to sleep, and I'm like, man, I should take more pictures.
I mean, most of the time when we do travel events and it is that sequence, there's really nothing to take a picture of except the venue. But like recently, me and David have had a chance to travel a little bit more. We got to see the Tower, the Space Needle, stuff.
What you guys have been doing, I like, because I've been trying to now stay a little later on Monday.
Yeah.
So that I can kind of like do something. Like when I come back from Arizona, I think I come back like 5 or 6.
Right.
So that way I can kind of hang out in Arizona.
I mean, I can now. I never could before because I used to have to go back and get ready for work right away, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So now I can, but that's right. Also, actually, we'll wait to the event section and talk about Rewire because there's some cool things about that, too.
So that same weekend was also the Capcom Pro Tour Latin America Finals.
Yes.
We can go through those results. So,
sure.
7th places were Will Tupac and Bake. Excuse me. 5th places were Mysterio and Crossover. 4th was Dark 817. 3rd was Innova Keoma. 2nd place was EGK Brad, and winner was GAM DR Ray with Vega. Okay. Yeah, I thought that was really cool. K Brad was trying to go down there and take the whole Latin American crown. But no, DRA held it. I think that's super cool.
That's awesome.
He played really well. He has such a interesting style. I guess now that I think about it, the very successful Vegas have that kind of nutsy style. Yeah. You know, he and Nemo are the most successful Vegas.
I was watching one of his replays recently. Yeah, not even just that clip, but I was watching one of his replays lately, and I was like, I don't even know what to say. Like, I'm just like, his decision making is so hard to figure out.
There was something on Yoga Flame 24 like just the other day that I was watching where he played against whoever, and that dude did mid-range slide just constantly.
Oh my god!
Right?
Constantly.
He did that at Evo. He did that Evo top 8. I was always
jump short, slide. Yeah. Jump short, slide. Like, that's all he did.
Yeah.
Like,
that one clip that he did was fear stand switch, fear stand switch, fear stand switch, fear stand switch. And I was like, come on, what are you doing? He did like
7 in a row.
Yeah, but he slides so much, he goes so crazy. And DRA is not that. He's not like that level of it.
No, definitely not.
He's still very shifty and he moves around a lot. And it's not like when I first saw this Vega, I thought, oh man, Vega's going to not only have pressure, but he's also always going to have that mid-range game. And people are just going to play him very slowly. Right. And people were doing that. And that's just not how he works, I guess. At least not right now.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool to watch. Nice work.
Well, good job to DRA. So that means we'll see him at Capcom Cup. Then,
yep,
right?
he's qualified.
Yep, sweet. And in terms of other results, I know Guts 4 took place this last week. I can't find the results anywhere.
Arturo won.
Yeah, Arturo won.
Okay. Dominion was second.
Okay.
He tried a few characters actually. He's playing Alex.
Because I know they played.
Yeah, that's right.
I know they played a ton of games.
Guts had a lot of games. Like Sonic Fox won like 6 games.
Wait, did Dominion try Fang?
I don't remember. I know he was playing. I know I saw him play Fang for a lot of it, but I don't remember if it was against Art.
He did use Guile a little bit.
He used Guile,
as well.
and he also used Alex.
Because his record as Fang against Art's Dalsum is really good.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe Art figured it out finally, but I didn't watch the whole thing. I only watched finals.
Yeah, I think I left right before grand finals, but I watched a little bit of it. And I know I saw his Alex. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, the Alex was not. It was surprising. But
yeah, very surprising.
Right. Okay. Well, I realize now I have this kind of in a backwards order. I really should have Tekken NA before Capcom Cup.
Yep.
Because Tekken NA is a result, and Capcom Cup is not.
Okay. Well, do you want to take a break before we get there, or do you want to just do Tekken?
Let's go. Okay. You wanna?
I might as well just do it.
Yeah.
I mean, look, the hardest part about it is that I wish Tasty was here because he could obviously talk about it the most.
I watched like all of it almost. I watched a lot of it.
Nice.
I watched a small chunk of it towards the end of the day, so I was watching it because I just needed a pick me up kind of thing. So I started watching it a little bit, and
it's really good.
I mean, it's not even just that the tournament was really good and everything, but God, that game is so pretty.
It's so pretty, dude.
I think as a spectator game, it's like the best. It's so good. Slow-mo is a cheating system.
It's the best Tekken has ever been as far as spectators, in my view.
Because, in my opinion, Tekken has always been one of the worst, in my opinion, for spectator. And, like, that just kind of went, whoop, like 180 right there.
It's so good.
And Tekken 7 is
so much fun.
So
good.
Slowdown is
genius.
Cheating.
Yeah.
You guys saw the one where it was like Yoshimitsu jumping over some of the swords?
And then she's, like, getting up, and
like the get up spring
the sword's
kick.
like
that was one of the coolest
clips.
I saw that, I was like, God, this game is so sick. I've been playing it a lot at all these Wizard World events with Akuma. Shout outs to all the people in that Tekken Top 8 that I've beaten at Wizard World events with my Akuma. You guys are cool.
For sure, you've played it. So someone in the stream asked if any of us have played it. David and I haven't had a chance.
I got a chance to play a lot of it with Akuma, mostly, because I don't know how to play any other Tekken character. I've never played Tekken.
Right.
So I was just like, I'll play Akuma, I guess. Whatever, right? But he's been really fun. Tekken 7 feels really, really, really good. And it's really fun to play. And I'll tell you this. As a spectator, slow-mo is the coolest thing in the planet, right?
Yes.
It sucks so bad as a player. Let me tell you, when you're in a match and there's slow-mo happening and it's like tournament and it's like super tense and like you lose because of it, it's the worst feeling on the planet. I've never felt so terrible in my life as a slow-mo kill where my button's coming out and then it hits me and I'm like, oh my God, and it goes to like the last round and I'm just, my heart's broken. Like I'm not in it anymore. Slow-mo sucks as a player. It's really bad.
But it's so awesome though.
It's amazing as a spectator.
There was that one clip too where like Jack did like the jumping spin kick or something and like it goes into slow-mo and you see the player and he's like, and it hits and he wins. He's like,
he actually lost in that clip.
Oh, did he?
It was like a Kuma Tatsu. He's like, and he just gets hit.
Oh,
he's like,
he was actually sad.
Yeah, it was so funny. That clip is so good. It's like, that's what slow-mo is like. It's the saltiest, worst thing on the planet.
It's so good. It's beautiful.
It's amazing.
And I mean, not watching them play for 15 hours, and by the 18 hours, by the time they got to the end, like you could see just how defeated like most of those players were. They were so tired, but in a way that kind of added, because it was a single elimination.
You're talking about the last chance qualifiers.
Yeah, the last chance qualifiers.
Not the actual finals.
Yeah. But it was like single elimination. They did 9 last chance qualifiers, and each one of them, the grand final, the person who won got in, right?
It made no sense to me. I was like, why don't they do 3 and take top 3 from each one?
Because I think that
they needed 9 people.
I think they were planning probably just to do however many they needed, and Anakin opened up.
He screwed it all up. I know that.
Anakin opened up too many spots.
Dude, the last chance qualifiers were so good.
Dude, it was so hype because of that. Yeah. Because like you just knew that every time you lost, it was like gotta go to the next one, and the fact like
and it's single elim.
Right.
2 out of 3 single elim.
Yeah,
so
no
like,
losers bracket.
Oh, it was so bad.
Yeah, and so like to watch someone like Spirojin who traveled to like every event, play through 9 qualifiers, and to qualify on the 9th one.
Dude. They were so crazy. Like watching that was so, and by the end everybody's dropping stuff.
Oh yeah.
Because you have to think, have you ever been eliminated from 7 tournaments in one day? Like that's never happened, right? You've never been eliminated from 6 or 7 tournaments in a row and then played the same guy in another tournament and he eliminates you again and you're like,
hey man, I got eliminated, or at least I lost to the same person 3 in a row for Super Turbo. This was the first time it was the SBO qualifiers, and I lost to Chris Lee 3 times in a row.
That's a tough draw.
Yeah, because he's Honda, right? And he plays Mike Creaky, who plays Cammy, so he knows that matchup.
Right.
And the 3rd time we played, he was like, I feel so bad. So he walked forward to try to fight me, and I beat him that round. He's like, no, forget it. Back to turtle, and he destroyed me. Yeah. And I was like, man, I'm so mad. But the last chance qualifier tournaments were awesome, and shout outs to all the guys who played in that, and just the troopers that like I think Markman commentated like all 18 hours or something stupid like that.
It was like Eris, Steve, and Mark, and Rixa did some, and everybody was rotating. What happened? Everybody's talking about their.
Apparently, there was some crazy noise that blew things up.
I didn't hear anything from here.
Yeah, I didn't notice anything on our end.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because if there was anything,
maybe it must be like a equipment thing. I don't know.
All right.
Okay.
Is it gone now? As long as you guys don't hear anymore.
Apologize to everybody. Hopefully everyone's okay.
Yeah. So the main tournament.
Was
really good. I think the format was so cool, where it was like all 8 players have just they take turns walking up and grabbing a number.
Wait, wasn't it 20 players? Oh, you're talking about never mind. Sorry, go ahead. It was 20 players, wasn't it? Wasn't it
for the finals?
Wasn't there like 4 pools of like 5 players that they round?
Yeah, I'm talking about for the top 8.
Oh, for the top 8. Okay.
Yeah, I was talking about the top 8, but yeah, they did do a round robin.
Okay.
Where 2 people make it out of each of the 4 pools, and then that's your top 8.
Okay.
But yeah, that was a really cool system too. That's why like there was like a triple tiebreaker in one of them. I don't know if you guys saw it between like Speed Kicks, Mr. Naps. I think it was MYK, right?
Oh, dang.
And the way it worked was like all 3 of them in the group had like the same amount of wins. So they're like, all right, it's a triple tiebreaker. You guys have to play in a round robin, and the first person to beat both of the other players makes it in, and then the other 2 play, and then whoever wins goes in. So it was like a rotation. Nobody could get 2 in a row for forever. It was like 3 or 4 rotations. It was really good.
Wow.
And then Mr. Naps made it in, and then Speed Kicks made it in.
Oh, dang.
It was crazy. But, so the top 8 format. So it went from those 4 pools, 2 made it out of each, and then there's top 8. Top 8, everybody draws a number. And then depending on whatever number you draw, that's what your order is to pick where you want to go in the bracket.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you just chose
choose where you want. So, like, let's say that, like, first in the bracket, like, it's like David has first pick, so he puts himself here. And like second in the bracket's like you get to pick, and you're like, I'll beat David, so you put your name right there, and you're like, I'll beat David.
Sucks.
Yeah, it does, because you have no decision making in anything.
Yeah.
So like, it was a cool format because it was like some people would be like looking at like the bracket, and like, all right, well this guy's over here on this side of the bracket, I could beat him, so I'm gonna put my name here.
That's kind of interesting, man.
It was really cool.
Dang,
I think that's the same format they used for the global finals.
Okay.
So in Japan, so yeah, it was a really cool format.
Yeah, I mean Japan seems to really like that because I know for XEST that's how they do the top 8 as well.
Oh really?
They have like 4 undefeated teams or 4 winning teams, and then like the winning team gets to pick which of the losing teams they get to go up against. You know, like wow. I see. Yeah. I think they kind of like that kind of.
Someone brings up, yeah, Anakin was like the first person to just call somebody out. Like Princess Ling put his down, and Anakin walked up and was like, "Pah." Just put it there, and I was like, oh.
That's awesome.
It's like that. It's like Dunzo like that. Yo. The best was the last two where I think it was like Kane and Mr. Naps were the last two. Or like Speed Kicks and Mr. Naps. And so they got to choose which two players they wanted to play against, but they were both on the same side of the bracket anyway. I was like, oh my god, this is going to be good. It was a really good tournament.
That's
I thought
cool.
it was really fun to watch.
I didn't get to see any of the top 8, unfortunately. I saw mostly last chance qualifier stuff, but the results, Mr. Naps took it, and so he's going to be heading to Japan. And
dominating fashion, actually.
Yeah, I mean, look.
Dunked Anakin, who has been dunking the whole U.S. all year.
Yeah.
Mr. Knapp showed up to Northwest Majors, which was back in April, won his spot, and then did not go anywhere all year. And then showed up to the finals and saved that stuff for nationals.
Yeah.
Clean house. Look, like, he destroyed everybody.
Mr. Naps he's ridiculous. He's always been ridiculous at Tekken. In fact, he's qualified the past few years for all sorts of other. I mean, I think for the previous Tekken Nationals, he was like the American player who got to go to Korea and compete there as well. He's just been amazing at Tekken forever now. So not a surprise, but you said he did it in dominating.
He dunked Anakin in finals.
Okay.
Yeah,
who did he use? I forget.
Brian.
Brian. Okay.
Yeah. The coolest thing about it, in case you guys don't know, the top 3 of that tournament goes to the global finals.
Oh, all 3 of them.
Yeah. So it was Mr. Naps goes because he was first. Second was Anakin, so Anakin gets to go, and third was Princess Ling, P-Ling.
Nice.
Who's the Xiaoyu player?
That's cool.
Oh, so
P-Ling did super well.
Even though Anakin called out P-Ling,
P-Ling made it
all the way back. Yeah. It's awesome.
It was a really, really fun tournament to watch.
Awesome.
There was some super, super close matches, tons of slow-mo. Eris on commentary, calling everything funny names. It was great. It was really great.
Some people are saying that Jimmy's also Mr. Naps.
Yeah.
A.K.A. Emphy, A.K.A. Jimmy Tran, A.K.A. Sheng Song, right?
I don't like it. Too many names.
Yeah, but he's good at everything.
Yeah.
He was one of the best Yurians in Third Strike. He was the first person to really... Him and Alucard were the first people to kind of make Evil Ryu look like something before Evil Ryu got buffed into buffness, right?
Yeah.
He almost eliminated Justin Wong at a tournament too, like in Super. I remember with Evil Ryu, or no, I'm sorry, AE because that's when he came out.
Yeah, he did super well. Speed Kicks got 4th, so he doesn't go to Japan. That was the boner.
That's
the worst spot. He lost to P-Ling in a super close match.
Oh no,
that's tough.
Yeah, that's the worst. Getting 4th in that tournament is the worst.
Yeah, but I mean, everything that I've heard about that event from everybody who was involved, dude, even like on the Last Chance qualifier stream. Like, I don't know who, was it Esteban who was running around? But basically, there would be hype matches going on off stream. So someone literally would run over there with their video camera, place down a tripod, and the screen would all of a sudden do 2 screens.
Yeah.
And then at one point a third one popped in, and so you're watching like 3 Tekken matches.
That's so sick.
Like one of them was direct feed. You couldn't even hear the other 2, and the other 2 were just like camcorder footage.
So smart.
They did that, and then they had like replays, and then they did the same thing that they did back at like NCR, where it was like time lapse videos where they show stuff that's happening back in time because they have it saved in the replay machine. It was really cool.
Yeah. So it was
that was awesome.
Yeah, really, really nicely done. Everyone that was there said it was an amazing event. Yeah. They had a great time. Like I said, wish Steve was here so that he could just gush about the event.
He got to wear like that cool jacket that he like.
It's amazing.
He was like, "This is the coolest thing of all time." I texted him I asked him, I was like, "Hey, can you scoop me up one of the jackets?" And I was like, "I'll pay you back." I'm talking about the Heihachi, the crying Heihachi. And he's like, "That's like $450. Are you sure?" And I was like, "You think I want that one?" I was like, "You really think that I want that one? I would never wear that." I was like, "That? Oh, I can't do that. Like, there's no way." I was like, "Dude, the crying Heihachi one." He's like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, I couldn't pull off that Tekken.
Yeah, I think I said something like, "You think I'm part of the Yakuza? Is that what this is about? Like, you think I'm gonna just walk around with that jacket, Steve?"
Yeah, that's too much. Man. It's cool looking though.
It comes with Tekken 7, I heard. Like, if you buy it, you get a copy of the game or something.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, somebody was tweeting about that today. It was pretty funny.
Wait, it comes with the arcade one, you mean?
No, like, you get the game when it releases, I think.
Oh.
It's like a collector's edition.
I see.
Pre-order.
You buy the jacket, then you get the game.
I think that's what I saw on Twitter today.
Okay, cool. All right, well, okay. Anything else that you want to say about the Tekken?
Man, when that game comes out, it's going to make Street Fighter V's release look terrible.
Well,
That's not hard to do.
Yeah,
that's not hard.
It's
to
gonna
do.
be great. I can't wait for Tekken next year. I'm really happy that the game looks like it's gonna be so awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. So a lot of potential in that game. I feel like
Very excited.
Really make a mark in the FGC this year.
Dude.
I hope it does. So. It's been a while since Tekken did, and I missed that.
Okay.
All right. Break time.
We'll be right back.
Alrighty, welcome back to the Tuesday show. What's going on next? Looks like we're going to be talking about the Capcom Cup.
That's right. They've announced their format. They've announced a whole bunch of stuff of how it's going to work. They've even talked about some potential future changes for the next year. But before we get into that, let's talk about this year's format. So it's going to be a 2-day event. It's going to take place Friday and Saturday. And it is going to take place on the first day from 32 to 8 at the Esports Arena, not at the PlayStation Experience.
Right.
And then on Sunday, the top 8 is going to be at PlayStation Experience. So you actually need 2 sets of tickets. You need a venue pass for the Esports Arena, and then you will need a ticket to the East.
And now, as far as I know, Vi tweeted today that the 1-day passes for just Saturday, I think, are sold out. So you have to buy a 2-day pass to PlayStation Experience to go watch one day.
Wait,
that's what he tweeted.
Okay, so getting the 2-day pass for the PlayStation Experience does not get you into the Esports Arena?
No, because that's Saturday and Sunday for the PlayStation Experience.
Esports Arena is a separate ticket. Yeah. It's like an $11 ticket or $10 ticket or something.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird setup. It's kind of unfortunate. And,
it's kind of dumb, yeah.
It kind of feels like it's a perfect culmination of how a lot of this stuff has been.
Having an Esports Arena one day and then some other place the other day. And
why not? How far away are those places? You live around there.
Probably 15-minute drive maybe.
Oh, really? Okay. So, in other words, it's hard to find a place to stay that's close enough to both of them.
I would probably stay close to the PlayStation Experience because the area is better.
Yeah, and you would probably be able
over to the...
Yeah, you would be able to do more stuff at the PlayStation Experience if you got a 2-day ticket anyway, right?
Well, I mean, you'll spend a whole day at the... Yeah, I guess if you want to do a Saturday, Sunday PlayStation Experience. And then
just so you can
Sunday would just be for... screwing around.
Yeah, just to check out all sorts of cool
I think
stuff
the area in Anaheim that around the PlayStation Experience near the convention center is a little bit cooler. It's like a touristy area. It's right by Disneyland, kind of. So you just go over there, and that area is probably cooler than staying in Santa Ana, where PR Rog was like, I walked a few blocks away to get food, and I didn't really feel that safe. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, there's that nice few blocks.
So Esports Arena is in Santa Ana.
Eduardo's gonna be a lot less safe now too.
Yeah.
After last week.
I don't know what happened.
I hope he's okay. Is he okay?
Yeah. What happened?
Dude, because.
Is he okay?
I actually don't know.
I'm not sure what's happening.
You totally destroyed the joke.
I literally don't know what this is about.
Foreign people are gonna get deported because
he's a United States citizen.
No, but I know, but he looks Latin.
Wow, James.
And he's.
Where did this go? He's knocked
Even Dan didn't like it.
It's like what? Dan. Anyway, what I was saying.
Let's put him face down.
What I was saying is, Esports Arena is in Santa Ana, but if you go a few blocks away, you enter Santana, and it's not as nice as the area right next to the Esports Arena. So just be a little careful.
Look, you guys are both wilding out a little bit right now when it comes to this stuff, right? I don't like this Santana joke, and I don't like what you did either.
It's not as nice. All I'm saying is the area is not super great. I warned Eduardo. I was like,
anyway,
the area is not great. Me and the Range almost got double lariated by some homeless guy in Santa Ana that weekend. It was real bad. He had bad spacing though. He whiffed.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, wasn't that? Oh no, at SCR weekend. I thought I was there with you guys, but maybe not. Somebody asked if we wanted to fight. Oh wait, no, I was with
Santana. I warned you guys.
I think I was walking with Tommy, like Tekken player, Soul Calibur.
Okay.
Very very large dude, and I think that's who it was. In any case, it was somebody really big, and this random guy was just like, "Hey, you want to fight?" Just out of the blue. And we were like, "No," we just walked by. But
what the heck, dude?
It was okay.
I recommend staying closer to the PlayStation Experience. Finding a hotel over there and just headed over to the Esports Arena.
Obviously, the most interesting thing that's happened with Capcom Cup was Filipino champ kind of started a rant.
That dude should run for office.
Yeah, I know, dude. He basically was like, 2 out of 3. What is this? Started a poll. Everyone was like, he retweeted like 7,000 people saying it should be 3 out of 5.
He campaigned his way.
Dude, he 100%. And now they announced that Capcom Cup will be indeed 3 out of 5 from start to finish. So.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, I don't think that 3 out of 5 is necessary with respect to finding who the best players are, but I do think I think it'd be like kind of sad if you had all this year-long build-up and then somebody could potentially play 4 rounds and then they're out. It just seems like it's not, doesn't like fit with the like build-up for the event. Yeah. So I like it from a spectator perspective.
And they did 3 out of 5 for like all the top 8s. Yeah. It's like the finals of the tournament.
In order to qualify for this event, you had to have won a 3 out of 5.
Right.
I mean, like,
or done well, whatever.
And like 3 out of 5. Yeah, so I think 3 out of 5.
And obviously, like one of the main reasons that people want a 3 out of 5 is because they say the results are more legit and they're less random. I don't buy into that.
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
Like, to me, you know, it's interesting because someone, I think it was PR Balrog himself, he was just like, Japan is like best of 1, like that's why they're so good at like adapting so fast because they don't have any choice.
Yeah.
You know, and it builds different skills. And there's just different strengths. So, you know, 3 out of 5 could be harmful to some players, you know.
For sure.
Doesn't necessarily mean that the better one is winning necessarily.
I'm totally with you. But from a spectator perspective.
But from a spectator and from the perspective that these players traveled the whole year.
Yeah.
And they probably want to get as much matches as they can at the event.
Yeah.
I think it's a good decision.
Like somebody's going to come from Latin America or from Europe or from East Asia. And they're gonna go 0-2. It's probably gonna happen.
Yeah.
And it could happen that they could have happened that they only played 4 rounds. That just seems weird.
Yeah.
I just think that seems weird. So anyway, I like the change, and I like that they were open to that Capcom was open to making that change.
Yeah.
That's a good sign.
Okay. Cool. They also
means that day is gonna be very long.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of Street Fighter though, but it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be a lot of very good Street Fighters, so I'm excited about that, especially because we're going to get players like DRA and Bolinho and all these players from all sorts of different places that we don't get to see that often and see how they're going to all collide. So we'll probably definitely do an episode right before that because this weekend is still going to be the Asia qualifier, so we don't know the brackets just yet. So we'll probably do an episode where
I'm sure we could all do fantasy brackets too.
Oh, yeah.
We should definitely set that up.
We've done fantasy brackets in the past.
I hope that, like,
do one too.
Ideally, they would just do this, but they've dropped the ball every year. So we have to like set up a fantasy bracket.
We always set it up with Maxoplata. He's always helped us with that,
So I think it was 2 years ago, whatever year Momochi won Capcom Cup.
2 years ago.
2 years ago. I did like a pool with 4 people where we like did like a voting thing where we all got to pick players. I think the 4 of us should do that.
Okay,
and maybe like do like one of those things where we all pick players.
2 years ago when Mochi won, both of us picked Snake Eyes to win the tournament.
Did we really?
Yeah, we really did.
I picked.
What a couple of idiots.
I had picked Momochi. Like my team was like, I think my players were like Momochi and Fudo, Ricky and Pierrog, and someone else.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think that's really fun. We should probably do that.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
That does sound cool.
But they talked about next year potentially getting rid of the automatic qualifier spots. Now, I don't know if that meant the premier events or just for the rankings or if they're just going to go on pure points.
It seemed like that was the thing, right? Is that it was like all points. Okay. So it was just all about a points leaderboard thing.
Okay. So auto qualifiers don't exist, even premier events.
Yeah, that's what they mentioned.
I think they should keep it for EVO.
I think that there should still be some events that auto-qualify.
Well, it'll probably be the case that even if they get rid of auto-qualifiers, they'll make EVO worth so many points that effectively you auto-qualify.
Yeah, that's true.
That'll probably be what premier events are. Like, the premier events from this year will give so many points that, like, if you win one, you pretty much auto-qualify.
Dude, based on what the Hado has been talking about, I really hope Combo Breaker becomes a premier event.
Oh, yeah?
He hasn't even announced the game lineup yet, and he says he's almost sold out of hotel rooms.
Yeah, he's like they're halfway sold out of hotel rooms in the main hotel.
That was the best tournament this year.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
why not?
That tournament, like the amount of people just saying how like the feedback on it was ridiculous, and so everyone's making sure they're not missing it this year. So I'm glad you tweeted him and was like, "Save me a room." Yeah, I know.
That's a good point.
Yeah, save us rooms, Rick.
But you know, I'm fine with getting rid of the auto qualifier spots, as long as they effectively have the same idea, but with the points.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Just because it gets the same thing, makes the same thing happen without being as complicated.
It's interesting because I was hoping that the first place points wouldn't be so much higher than the other points, because I don't like the fact that getting top 8 in a bunch of events means you basically get no points, right?
Yeah.
But in order to make it so that essentially winning a bigger event, you get more points, that you kind of qualify automatically anyway, means that the separation has to be larger.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be the case that 8th place gets 1 point or whatever absurdity it currently is. It could be the case that first place gets a ton, and then there's a big drop between first and second, and then second to 8 is like pretty
So almost kind of like do like a curve, like of point dropping.
It's an
basically.
asymptote.
I also I don't know if I love not having any qualifiers, because I feel like then it just encourages people to hit the most events possible, and just like constantly travel.
It's already like that.
Right. I mean,
it sort of is, yeah.
Some people are saying though, like, because for example, like Fudo,
qualified, and
qualified,
traveling
stopped,
a ton.
right? Yeah. So having it only be points does favor sponsored players.
Yeah, it favors people that get to travel a lot.
Right, exactly. So there is something to be concerned about that. I feel like that's why they had some of the premier events. So I think the right middle ground is, like you said, just have like tennis, Grand Slams.
Yeah.
Just have like 4 Grand Slams throughout the year, and then have it work out.
Just all the events that were premier events this year, just keep them as like the title is still premier. They just give more points than like a ranking event or something. Like you could do something like that where it's just like
Sounds fine to me.
Yeah, like
I just
Evo,
want simplicity. That's all.
Yeah, like like let's say there's ranking events, premier events, and then Evo's like Evo, and it has like a different tier of points or something like that, right?
That's fine.
Yeah, and you just do it like how it is this year, except for there's no auto qualifying. There's just like lots of points premieres, normal points at ranking, hell of points at Evo.
I mean, maybe we could even just do a whole episode of this after Capcom Cup about what we'd like to see changed, because there's a lot of things that they need to fix in that system. The whole region thing was a great idea. I loved it, but it just kind of ended up being weird.
Needs to be tweaked a little bit.
Yeah, like I said that you should just register yourself as a certain region away. It. And then someone I won't name who, but was like, yo, but then everyone would just register as Latin America.
Man, I mean, you have to register in your like place of residence.
Yeah,
it's like not that hard to get rid of cheating.
The points this year was like, if you really paid attention, it wasn't hard to follow why people got certain points where, but it's impossible to figure out why they qualified and like what was happening. That like you could be like, oh yeah, this guy has points here and there, but then you're just like, but why is like this guy and that, and why is there's like things to keep
the
track
fact
of.
that the Red Bull Battlegrounds ended with Knuckle Dew winning meant Ryan Hart got into the Capcom Cup.
Nobody knows why.
And everyone's like, what?
Yeah, because he was next in line and the Globals point, and then
it was because CCL was right outside of the global points. A spot opened up because Knuckle Dew was qualifying by points.
Yes.
CCL got in, and CCL was
spot.
On the European board. Yeah. He was above Ryan Hart, but now that he's qualified for global, it opened up the spot under him, and Ryan Hart made it into the tournament.
Makes total sense.
I'm literally not paying attention.
There was like actually the amount
I'm not going to record this.
The amount of math that has to be done to figure out who qualifies where. So like the fact that like something happens and everybody's like, Ace King Offsuit or something. Please
Ace King
tell me what
Offsuit,
this means.
RankShuriken.com are the two like heroes of the Capcom. I think that Capcom was relying on them to know who was qualifying.
Has no idea. They probably emailed him and was like, so who's in Capcom Cup? Who do we need to send emails to? And he's like, oh, I got you.
Oh, man. Yeah, so hopefully next year this, but we'll talk about that maybe in a future episode.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Okay.
We don't have that much time.
Let's go.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
What is this?
Walk out of 4 or 5 hours.
I'm not. Whoever has to come up with the system, I'm super not jealous of their job.
It's not that tough, honestly. It's not that hard.
The thing about it is, there's a lot of other things out there that do similar stuff to this that you could probably just leech a system
just literally
on.
copy any number of things.
Yeah.
So
I don't know, but people in esports, they want to make their complicated whatever nonsense for whatever reason. None of them follow sports. I know people in Capcom who follow sports, but apparently, now Harrison's in there. So maybe Harrison can actually help us out. An actual sports fan can actually maybe make something happen.
Not gonna happen.
Sorry.
No.
Oh, man. All right.
He's a country gentleman. Were you there for that?
No.
That Harrison country gentleman thing? No. All right, never mind. I won't get into it. I thought I had
All I know is that when Harrison
he
shaves,
looks like a Civil War era
like...
general.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Seth Killian built an entire backstory about his life.
This is, dude. So we're
it was
gonna
hilarious.
Hilarious. I want the 2-volume book now, where the first half is about Civil War Harrison, and the second half is about Rebel Sejam.
Like, dude, no lie. Seth Killian looked at him and was like, "You're the country gentleman," and then went on like a 20-minute monologue about him and his life and like the kind of farm he owned and the different animals and like how he treated them, and like I'm just sitting there listening, and it was like the most magical thing I've ever heard.
Dude, Seth is like magic with words. Like when he talks, it's just like rainbows come out of his mouth.
I couldn't. The kind of stuff he was saying, I was like, I never would have thought.
He has good mid-range control. He has good footsies as a commentator.
Yeah, he really does.
So I'm starting to think of commentary as fight games. Yeah, he definitely has great like space and pace control.
Yeah, he has some of the best fundamentals for sure.
He's like.
Yeah, his wake up game is not the best, but his mix ups are not the best.
No,
he has excellent footsies.
Yeah,
his neutral game excellent.
Fundamentals is what it is.
Let's talk about some events that are coming up this weekend then. So obviously we mentioned the Asia qualifiers are taking place in Korea this weekend. And if I'm not mistaken, a bunch of people are going to that too. Like I saw Ricky
is one of the qualified people, because like the 3 people ahead of Ricky at one of the events are already qualified. So Ricky qualified for the regional final.
Whatever.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, there's a list of the players.
Mm-hmm.
There's 16 players in the thingamajig.
So it's gonna start on Friday technically.
LCQ, right?
Yeah, so the LCQ is gonna start on Friday and go through Saturday, which will probably be there Saturday and Sunday. Yeah. But
my plan is to get home from Rewired in Arizona and stream my analysis of watching this.
Okay.
Because I probably will not be able to watch it at Arizona with the time and everything. So.
Well, there's also going to be Revolution 26. So the Asia Finals is going to be on Capcom Fighters.
Streamed
by Capcom Fighters. Revolution 2016, which is taking place in the United Kingdom, in the UK, in London. Okay. It's going to be streamed on Nth Gen Media, NTHGEN Media, no spaces. And they're going to be playing Persona 4, Arcana Heart, Under Night Inbirth, Skullgirls, Guilty Gear, Nitro Plus Blasters, Dengenki Bunko Fighting Climax, King of Fighters 14, and BlazBlue Central Fiction.
Ooh, all right.
So there's a cool anime event coming up. Also, there's going to be Battle on the Strip online qualifier for in Las Vegas.
Right.
This is not a qualifier for Capcom Cup, but this is part of like a Reddit event that they're putting together.
The only Capcom Cup event left is the Asia Regional Finals. Everything else that's going on is just a tournament.
Yeah, but the stream is going to be on Battle Vegas. Again, no spaces, no underscores. And that is going to be taking place, do they have like where it's taking place? I'm not sure. But it's going to be Smash 4 and Street Fighter 5 that is going to be taking place there.
Nice.
So, and then, of course, this weekend is also Rewired in Arizona, which you and I will be traveling to.
Yes, we'll be doing commentary over there.
Yeah,
that's this weekend.
Yeah. So we're going to be traveling over to that. That should be fun. That usually gets a lot of California players there, some Texas players, because it's kind of like right in the middle between them. And that should be a lot of fun. I don't remember what the stream it's going to be on.
Is it the Fighting 99?
Oh, it might be Fighting 99.
I feel like it's the Fighting 99. Yeah, okay, but I'm sure the 2 of us will tweet about it. We're going to probably be doing commentary for a number of games. Yeah. I know they have KI there, so I'll probably be doing that. Nice. And Mortal Kombat's there, I think, too.
Nice. Nice. Okay.
So, yeah, it should be a bunch of cool games.
Yeah, it's one of the 2 cool Arizona majors that's run by people of the community. So, this one's obviously run by Velociraptor, Driftwood, put together, Rewired, and then, of course, Angelic helps with Undefeated. And that'll be coming up again later on this year. One interesting thing, though, is that on Monday, after Rewired...
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
There is a private, college, a university there called University of Advancing Tech, where they teach a bunch of, different tech stuff. And one of the biggest areas of their school is teaching you how to make games. Mm-hmm. So they teach how to make games. One of my best friends from junior high, from a long time ago, teaches at this school. And so on Monday, I'm actually going to be showing up, and it's open to anybody at 2:30 at UAT. I'm going to be doing a Q&A talk with their students just to talk about esports and commentary.
Rad, man.
Look at this guy go. He's giving a talk.
Yeah, I don't do. I'm like gonna be there. I'm gonna be like, so.
Nah, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
What questions do you want to have?
Next, the TED Talk.
Are you gonna prepare a lecture?
I probably should prepare like at least an outline.
Probably should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be pretty cool. I'm gonna be able to, and like I said, it's open to anybody, and that's gonna be at the University of Advancing Tech.
Nice.
And I saw some people even tweet me. They're like, I didn't even know this was here, and I live like 15 minutes away. So it's
awesome,
cool.
man.
It's very, very
That sounds really cool.
Yeah, there you go. So definitely check that out if you're in the area. If you're sticking around in Arizona for a while, I will definitely.
Is this in the Phoenix area or where is
this is gonna be more in like Mesa, Phoenix area.
Yeah,
okay. So it's a little further away from the
Okay.
event, but I mean Arizona obviously is not like California.
Wait, where's the event at?
Tucson.
Tucson.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that makes
it's in
sense, I
Tucson.
guess. Yeah.
Tucson's really cool.
I've never been there.
It's a fun place to visit. Last year I had a lot of fun at Rewired.
Dude, I can't wait to get all these Sonoran hot dogs that you
Dude,
keep talking about.
Sonora dogs.
Sonora
is like,
dogs,
That's like the
okay.
specialty
Really?
there in Tucson.
Huh.
And I think I had like at least 3 separate meals of Sonora dogs.
That
there.
sounds
They're really
cool.
good.
Okay.
They're just like Arizona has delicious Mexican food too, which is super awesome. And it's like a college town, Tucson, so there's like a nice little downtown area that's really cool. And all the locals are super friendly. Arizona, they just put on a really good event. So
Nice.
Rewired was one of my favorite events last year. They also went to karaoke on the last day, so I'm sure James will slay it over there. They have a guy that's really good at karaoke. He's like excellent.
Karaoke battle.
No.
James.
Like-
Yeah, it's really cool, man.
Funny match.
Okay. But yeah, so that's coming up this weekend. That's gonna be really cool. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Also, coming up, let's see.
Yeah.
So Beast of the
Yeah.
East.
They're delicious.
Interesting. I have a picture of a Sonora dog.
Yeah, it's
here.
like pico de gallo, avocado, all sorts of stuff in there.
It's
So-
it's very different.
Is it a hot dog bun? It looks like it.
It
Yeah.
looks like a hot dog bun with the ends that are sealed. So
Yeah.
it's like the hot dog is
Right.
actually like nestled in there.
It's a little pouch.
Yeah,
It's
a
it's
little
great.
pouch.
Yeah, all I did, like the first thing I went to, they're like, yeah, this place is Sonora dog and Mexican food, and I was like, this is awesome.
Cool.
And I just ordered a bunch
Yeah.
of stuff, and I was like, I'm
I
gonna
like
be
to try
fat.
that. That sounds cool.
Yeah, it's great.
Well, also coming up, I think they said tomorrow is going to be the Evo trailer.
Oh yeah,
Right.
Like,
tomorrow
well, the
at 10
teaser.
a.m.
I should say the Evo teaser, right?
Right.
Because that's all it's going to be. Probably is going to be dates, location, stuff like that. So that's what I'm assuming. That's what usually comes in
Yeah.
like December, like
Yeah,
or
it's earlier,
January.
right?
Like
Yeah.
this one's really early.
yeah. Like
so-
January is when they announce the games and show the trailer usually, right? So this is like the teaser, and I'm assuming
Yeah.
around January is
But
like
dude,
the full
like,
trailer.
The coolest
That's what it's
thing
been in
was
the past, but this is earlier than before too.
Yeah.
The guy who makes all the trailers, Seth Musi, just recently came to California. This was in the same weekend that we were at Battlegrounds. And him and Wizard went to Disneyland.
Yeah.
And he basically said, if you find him, they'll show you the trailer. And they said they showed one person the trailer.
Oh, that's
Dang.
cool.
Yeah, that's actually really cool. But then I also saw that L.I. Joe saw it somehow. Like, he tweeted out today, he's like,
Cheater.
I saw the trailer. Oh, my God, tomorrow's going to be crazy.
Cheater.
So,
Okay,
we'll
all right.
see what's
So cool
going on.
news, I
What's
guess.
going on. Also,
We know nothing naturally.
Yeah. We
As
never know
always.
anything.
Yeah.
coming up, let's see here. Coming up, also Anime Ascension, the tournament that was run by Axis themselves this past year, earlier on in the year, is coming back, and it'll be in February. It will be a 2-day event from February 18th till 19th, and the games will be Central Fiction, will probably be the main game there, as it is the newest game. Revelator will be there. Under Night, In Birth, EXE Late will be there. I almost called it Latte. King of Fighters 14 will be there, and Dead or Alive 5 Last Round will be there.
Nice.
All right.
So yeah, it's really cool to see when the companies are more involved. You know, like the KI Cup. Well, actually, KI Cup
Just community driven.
is mostly community driven. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you know, Bandai Namco does the Tekken, and Street Fighter is Capcom.
Right.
The Capcom Cup. That's cool.
It's true.
One
That's
cool
cool.
thing that we are a part of here was that we finished King of the Hill
yeah.
last week,
Yeah.
and the ESL was so happy with how it went that they are extending it. There's going to be 4 more weeks. Today was a break, starting again next week, and it'll be going on for another 4 weeks. So that should
Yeah,
be
I don't
super
know if
cool.
they've decided if K-Brad stays on as the
I
K.
think
Oh, did he
does.
win it? I was gonna ask.
I
he did.
think he
I didn't watch
stays
that.
on.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
He dunked.
I was busy
Dude,
that day.
He dunked Chris G. Yeah, he dunked Chris G. and he dunked Myers.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was.
He beat Myers like 10-5 and he beat Chris G like 10-3.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah. K-Brad was destroying.
It was donezo. It was like the shortest one they've had by
California's pride, huh?
Yeah, so it's gonna be
NorCal got the win.
NorCal, it's not NoCal anymore. NorCal, NorCal got the win.
NorCal
had to bring in a ringer like that.
Pretty much,
just to finally get a win. Dude.
Yeah,
congrats to Maryland.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Chris G is New York also, so it's like he's at least been in SoCal a few years, but it's gonna start again next Tuesday.
Yes, next Tuesday. So
cool.
Definitely check that out. That'll be on twitch.tv/ESL. So follow that channel so you'll know when it goes on, and follow all our Twitters, which you see at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah. I think the plan was to have you and Steve do it, but I don't know if he's in.
He might be in Japan. That's right. Ooh.
Yeah, we'll have to have a little conversation.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
so
it'll be fine.
Okay. I don't have anything else for events, so do you want to take a break and we can come back and do games and community stuff?
You got it.
Okay, we'll be right back, guys.
Welcome back to the show, everybody, except for Brock. What are we talking about now? We're
just going on some game news. Game news. Yeah. So the big news, obviously, was that at Red Bull Battlegrounds at the very end, they revealed a teaser for a character that was unnamed.
Unnamed character?
Unnamed character. But, so obviously everyone says, look, there's an Akuma teaser. By the way, like, when you watch the video, I didn't even notice this at the time, but, like, the Chun-Li banners, like, the Masat's, like, symbol drop downs on them.
That was super sick
cool.
in person.
So I have a video. I posted a video of what the banners look like beforehand. And I didn't even notice the banners dropped until I walked down, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah,
there's just new banners. Like, that's super
exactly.
Sick.
Yeah,
and
cool.
So obviously, look, the trailer. Everyone's like, "Oh, it's Akuma! It's Akuma! It's Akuma!" They didn't really officially announce it's Akuma. There could be a chance. I theorized.
What if it's Dark Donald?
I theorized at the Red Bull Battlegrounds post game show, which we did with Seth and Mike.
That would be so much cooler.
It would be way better.
That would be the most Street Fighter V thing on the planet. Show the teaser, Dark Donald.
D Donald.
D Donald. Oh man, that would be the most Street Fighter V thing ever. They put back the 8 frames and then they release Dark Donald. Boom! Lord Hans has spoken.
Oh man. We didn't get a chance to talk about that, but we did that post show with Mike and Seth, and I thought that was super cool.
Oh, I really liked doing that.
I thought that was really, really fun. But I was wondering, because like obviously everyone's pointed out it's not Akuma symbol, it's the Shin Akuma. So now everyone's like, oh, V-Trigger's gonna be Shin Akuma, he's gonna be like Nakali.
Yeah, that's the theory.
That seems like a reasonable theory.
Dude, what if they decided to just go one up over Street Fighter 4 and bring back Gotetsu now?
I was hoping for Mecha Akuma. Or like
Mecha Goki.
Yeah, something whack like that. I was like, come on, Capcom, like, yeah.
So he has the half metal face and he has the rocket arm that when he uppercuts it shoots into the sky.
His V skill is that he flies, and you know, he's
with
just got the metal wings and he zones you.
Guys, I think that'd be super sick.
Yeah, it would be, right? It'd be way cooler than regular
if he could fly, that'd be super sick.
Cyber Akuma, and that's like his zoning projectile. Instead of air fireballs, he shoots his rocket arm at you.
His fist
you guys are telling me that you want 12 in this game right now, and I totally agree with you.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Okay, now I don't want this anymore.
I mean, the archetype sounds fun to me.
Yeah, definitely.
But some people are saying like it's gonna be Evil Ryu.
It could be Shin Dan. Could be Evil Ryu.
Dude, that was the joke that I made.
Ken,
it was like Dan, yeah. Or what if it's Dark Sakura?
Could be Dark Sakura.
Yeah. You know what I'm still hoping for? My dream announcement is that next time there's a big announcement where like it's not just a Street Fighter event, like it's like next year at Evo, right? There's an announcement, you hear Sagat's voice. He's talking, like everybody's like, oh my god, Sagat's gonna come back. He's talking trash to Akuma. And he's like, you're worthless, I'm about to dunk you, and it's like a black screen, right? And you hear him talking, and then the logo comes up, and it's Jin and Akuma, or Jin and Kazuya punching each other, and then Sagat's in Tekken 7. That would be so much cooler than him being in Street Fighter 5.
Dude, I want him to be in Tekken 7.
Wouldn't that be the coolest?
I want him to be great.
That would be the coolest reveal of all time.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it? That would be so sick.
Except now you've ruined it.
I have. But that would be so good.
That would be really great.
I dreamed
You ruined it because all like 10 billion people watching the show now know about it. And now no one will be surprised by it.
I warned everybody about Dream Akuma forever ago. And now...
Dream Akuma.
I remember I told you guys about Dream Akuma.
I do.
Now, I remember his V-Trigger was demon mode and everything. And I was like, yeah, I had this dream. And now he's playable in Anaheim, California, my hometown. Look, if you have any DLC characters you want, send them right up here. I got you guys covered.
Look, I'm just telling you that it's like not going out on a limb to say that his V trigger is like Shin Akuma. Okay?
Dude, no,
you're not breaking new ground.
It was not his demon mode in my dream was so it was the tankest thing I've ever seen.
When Guile,
it literally just gave him air Cycle Crusher.
Well, that's probably not gonna happen.
Like,
no.
we all thought Guile's V trigger was gonna be like the crouch walk, or V skill was gonna be the crouch, and it turned out to be something really creative.
Yeah. No, I definitely expect that it'll be something creative because all the returning characters have had creative stuff.
The only thing that I will say is, regardless if it is Akuma, no matter what they do, I think the Tekken one will probably still look better.
Probably,
just graphically, because Tekken 7
Akuma's gonna come out there with Ken's face and like long weird hair.
Here's what's gonna happen for sure. He's gonna have the big beads, right? And you'll be able to see them through his neck. It's going to be like in his clavicle.
Yeah.
It's going to have clavicle beads.
The beads just floating in the air. Oh, God. And they'll just say, the beads float through his body because of psycho power, dude.
Psycho power.
Yeah, it's clearly psycho power. Or demon power.
Yeah, I don't think that's how it works.
Don't worry about it. Mecha Akuma has psycho power.
Enough about this Dream Akuma with Psycho Crusher.
He's so sick. He had Demon Flip and he could cancel in a Psycho Crusher. It was the sickest. And it was like plus 80. God. It was so crazy. In my dream, he was sick.
Here's my question for you. What do you think of the new stage, David? I haven't talked to you about this. The Skies of Honor Rashid stage.
Whatever. Yeah, it's a...
Do you think it should be banned? A lot of people are talking about motion sickness when they play it.
Oh. No, I don't know.
I guess
that's up for other people. I mean, it's not a problem for me.
I legit was playing on that stage online. It was yesterday or 2 days ago, and I've been trying to improve my uppercutting to anti-air people. And I saw Urian neutral jump, but the building in back of him was scrolling this way.
Oh no.
I 100% thought he forward jumped. He neutral jumped.
Got him.
I was like,
I don't like commentating on that stage. It makes me sick.
Really?
Yeah, I don't get any kind of sickness on airplanes or anything, but like, what happens is when I'm commentating, this is me, I'm like, doing this bad boy and this, like, it just makes me really woozy.
How do you even... Why are you noticing it?
I don't know.
I get it for the first time you look at it and you're like, oh, so you're on a plane.
Because like the first thing that happened is they played a first 10 on ESL. Mm-hmm. And I hadn't ever looked at the stage and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, Chris G actually said he had a headache going into there, and then when he played on it, it like made it worse.
That sucks.
So, yeah. So it's tough for some people.
Well, okay, that's fine. I mean, if it is a problem for people, then it should be banned. I mean, for me, it's fine, but if it is for enough people...
Maybe it should just be one of those things that the players should decide. Like, if it comes up and someone's like, no, I don't want to play on this, to just repick it.
Well, that would have to be in the rules, because if you're playing against Ultra David, then he's definitely going to make you play on that one.
Well, right, exactly.
And if you're Keats and there's a brown character and I can play against that kind of brown background, you better believe I'm going to pick...
Because he can't see you at all.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because he has the colorblind.
The colorblind. If I can get away with something, then I will. But if it's in the rules, then okay, fine.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds hilarious. I never thought to do that against Keats.
Oh, dude,
I should totally do that. I'm gonna play him in KI and play Brown Cinder, where he just like blends into the background. Yeah, that sounds good.
Oh man. So the DLC, the Street Fighter, the Capcom Cup DLC will be gone after this month.
Yeah, that's right.
It will no longer be available. Makes sense. I feel like they need to stop it, gather up how much they earn from it.
It's like the stage and the outfits, right?
Yeah,
is what
I think
it is.
So. Yeah.
So it's like the Ring of Destiny plus some other stuff.
And to be honest with you, like, I actually really like it because I actually like that Cammy alt outfit.
Oh yeah.
Because she has that real fuzzy jacket, but if you use the code, it gets rid of the fuzzy jacket, and then I think she looks like super sick.
I didn't know.
Okay.
That's cool. Super cool.
Yeah.
That way. So it's actually one of my favorite costumes for her. So better than a lot of the other ones that she has. So.
Okay.
Yeah. All
right. So next year, do you think that they'll have a different stage or what?
The Ring of Destiny 2.0.
You know what? Yeah. I think once Capcom Cup starts again, they'll just probably bring it back and then start the sales again, and then that way you can buy it, and then that money will now go to the next year. You know, it makes sense to me that they're taking it away. So.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe something like that. That sounds about right.
Yeah, and again, you know, people are talking.
And they talked about the prize pool actually being raised, and they had like the number it was raised to. I don't remember what it was.
You mean the prize money, right?
Yeah,
they did a while ago.
We
talked about it on one of the episodes, I think.
But they announced, like, so when they announced Capcom Cup and where it was going to be, they said, like, here's how much money.
Oh, really?
It was like $350,000 instead of $250,000 or $300,000. It's like one of those two, and it was like, there's a bunch of money.
So in other words, whoever wins first place will potentially get even more than 120.
No, they will.
Dude, I actually hope they spread it down a little bit because it's only top 8.
That's the most important thing.
I would like it if they took that money and spread it down a little bit.
It seems crazy to me that they have not yet done that.
Yeah, they said
340K.
Yeah, they say it's 350K now, And yeah, I would like to see the money spread down a little bit. Like if that's what the DLC did and made it so that it spread out, I will buy like more.
That's actually really cool that they raised that much money with it.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to expect. Is it gonna slide?
Right. It's too hard to stay up there.
It's not flat.
Yeah. Okay. Blaze Blue Central Fiction just had a patch come out recently to fix some bugs in there. So
cool.
That is. Let me see if there's anything else that has happened with this patch besides just some bugs.
Bug fixes.
Yeah, there's definitely. So it's mostly just bug stuff.
Yeah, it looks
like
all bugs.
It doesn't look like any real balance changes.
Yep.
Of course, Central Fiction just came out, so you definitely want to check that out.
Oh yeah, they said that Dark Donald's gonna be playable at PlayStation Experience.
That's right. Yeah,
which is gonna be cool. That means for sure we all get to play him.
We get to play some Dark Donald.
I don't know, man. I'm not sure because at some of these events,
are we not gonna have time?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna go in there early to play.
Well, actually, I guess now that I think about it, Sunday is not gonna have
right.
The
we
Capcom
could run
Cup,
in
so we
Sunday.
can just
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also going to be playable on Sunday, actually, is Fantasy Strike.
Oh, yeah.
Dave Serlin's new fighting game that is coming out based on
got the Yomi counter.
Yomi, yeah, which basically you do nothing, and I guess
I thought it was an interesting idea. Yeah, so if you completely stop doing any inputs, then you'll automatically throw tech, and throw tech will like look cooler, I guess, or have some other thing associated with it. I think it's just looks.
Because that's the only way to tech a throw.
It's the only way? I didn't think it was the only way.
Yeah. You can't tech any other way. You just gotta let go of the joystick and buttons.
Really? I just thought that was like a special way to do it, but okay.
But I mean, it's really interesting because he's really trying to simplify it and really make it about this mind games thing, right? So like, there's no crouching attacks.
No.
There's like one attack button. There's two special move buttons, and then there's a throw button. I think it is.
Yeah, it's like forward plus one of the specials. I think.
I mean, look. I'm not the biggest fan of like HDR or whatever. People know that, whatever. But I mean, like I wasn't a fan of the reduction of execution in Rising Thunder that much.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the lessening of execution in Street Fighter V. I just think that this whole concept of hey, execution is bad for fighting games is just it's wrong. Like I just think it's wrong.
Dude, have you ever watched like these League of Legends players play and they do all these crazy fancy like flash crazy moves and everything? And all I'm thinking is like, yeah. That stuff's really cool, and like people see that and they're like, "Wow, that was super hard to do. That was so awesome." That's like the most popular game ever, and it has tons of executional difficult stuff.
And the one thing that I've always talked about too is like the first viral clip.
Yeah.
That's just hard. There's a lot of stuff that's really difficult.
There's a little bit of stuff that's difficult.
There's definitely stuff that's hard. Yeah, maybe not to the same level, but there's definitely tons of crazy.
It's not
reaction.
nothing, but it's of course reactions.
Yeah.
Reaction.
League of Legends players are pretty good.
Oh, of course.
League of Legends.
There's no doubt.
If you watch Street Fighter V, if you look at the history all year, the first viral clip of Street Fighter V was when Chris G did the Guile combo to Blockbuster John on an online match. It wasn't even a tournament match. And that's what went viral. Because people like seeing that. Last year, I know, like me and David were like, it wasn't that great, but that whole Daigo combo on Momochi, you know, that everyone got all hyped about, like that was another thing. It's because people like seeing that thing, and there's a reason why I feel like people say Street Fighter V looks boring to them, because Daigo is never gonna do a combo that you're gonna see, not gonna see like medium players do.
Yeah.
You know, it's always gonna be the same thing, and a lot of people, that's what's fun. Like it doesn't surprise me like Chris G picked up Guile because he had that combo. Like, I interviewed him. I was like, why did you pick up Guy? I was like, he had a fun combo. And that's how he ended up sticking with him. Like, I don't want the game to be changed so that it's, like, execution crazy, but just put in two characters. Put in a Viper with some seismo cancels again. Put in again with some hand slap combos or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm okay with that, but...
I think at this point there are characters with combo requirements, right?
There's a couple.
It's just Guile. It's just Guile.
Urian has some stuff.
You don't think Urian has some cool stuff?
Like
because the towards medium punch into headbutt, towards medium punch into body tackle. Yeah, he's probably the closest. But
he has some stuff, but it's mostly like charge stuff. I think both of them is mostly like
actually that's probably where it comes from. It's because they're both charge characters.
I guess Chun has that too.
Hers are all charge stuff too.
So all the execution stuff are coming from charge characters, not from anything that's kind of interesting about the characters.
Instant air legs. Yeah, because I mean, if you think about Street Fighter 4, there were some characters that I was kind of interested in playing, And I was like, man, if I learn this character, there's a bunch of execution.
I don't even think Ibuki's that execution heavy.
No, not in this game.
Yeah,
I think she certainly was higher execution in the last game.
She was quite execution.
Yeah. Last game
she was so fun.
She had the Tumuji loops and stuff like that.
That was so fun to do.
Yeah, I'm sad that they...
Watching Sagai get looped by that character in Street Fighter 4 was something else. It was so funny. You should get like 8 loops and you're just like, oh my god.
I just really hope that they... I mean, the thing about it is, okay, maybe not necessarily, because Street Fighter 5 is its own thing now. But, I mean, I definitely think that that's something missing from the game. So, the fact that all these people are trying to make fighting games with no execution, I feel like really defeats the point of fighting games. Like, I feel like, I mean, when people found out you could cancel normals into specials in Street Fighter 2, that's when the game blew up. Because before it was just jump sweep, blow sweep. And it wasn't fun. As soon as people found out there was cancels that added this weird level of execution and everyone got all hyped about it, like that's what caused Street Fighter 2 to blow up.
Do you think that execution is required to have fun combos? Like I'm thinking about when I played Marvel 3 for a while, and I played Hulk Hager and Thor, and even before that I played like Spencer and She-Hulk Doom. Most of those characters didn't have terribly tough combos.
Right, yeah.
But I like had fun doing even Hulk combos. Hulk combos are super easy.
Yeah.
Unless you're doing sick loops, but
they
in
look
general
cool
they're
too,
quite
actually.
easy. Yeah, and I always thought that they were fun to do. So I don't know if you need to have, difficult execution to have fun combos, but anyway, I get your point about people wanting to have
I think
fun.
part of it is like cool conversions too, because in Marvel, like you just get the craziest hits out of nowhere, and also like different assists mean that you get to see different variations of the combos.
Yeah, and it's just also because I think it's rewarding to be able to let strong players who do put in the time have something that they can kind of, quote, show off with. You know what I mean? Okay. Even GamerB, when I first talked to him, I remember talking about Red Bull Kumite. I was like, how do you like Street Fighter 5? He's like, I can't do anything fun in the game. He's like, I can't show off. Like, I felt like with Adon, like, when he would get people dizzy in the corner, he would do, like, that 700 links into weird uppercut combos, and he could style, and he had the instant air Jaguar kicks that he had to work on and stuff like that. I feel like there needs to be more in Street Fighter 5 from that point of view, because right now when you watch Tokido, when you watch Daigo play, they'll never do anything that you can't do. You know what I mean? In terms of execution.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
and like combos are the most obvious thing about a player being like super like crazy. It's like, man, you can, everybody feels like when they watch super high level footsies, like, yeah, I could probably do that. I could walk back and forth and whip punish and do all this. But then, like, the execution stuff is where it gets a little bit different.
Anyways, I've always been a pro execution.
More of the stories.
I'm curious to see what Fantasy Strike is going to do. Yeah. I mean, if they can do it in a really interesting way, because I know Skullgirls is even trying to make it they have a mobile version of their game on beta testing, which has easier controls as well. So, I mean, if they can build a really strong game around that, and just have it be a different class of fighting games, sure, no problem. I'm all for it. So
yeah, from what I watched so far, the game looks interesting. It's just like
smug combos.
I want to try it. Yeah, the smug man.
the neutral jump Viper of Death.
Oh man,
where she neutral jumped at the beginning of the round. Is like round 1 fight, neutral jump. He walks up low roundhouse and
she's dead.
She died.
Yeah, that was like the end of it. That was such a sick. I was thinking about Dudley in this game. I was like, man, Dudley would be so cool in this game.
Yeah.
He would have so many cool combos. What's that emoticon at the bottom?
Yeah,
that looks amazing.
I see some people, some Sajam subscribers in here.
That's a pretty optimistic picture.
Yeah. It's not even my actual... it's not like a real picture of me. It's the anime. It's the anime...
it's the one that Iori...
Yeah, the Hoop Boy anime picture. That one's so funny.
Okay, well, also news, One-Winged Angel. The One-Winged Angel Sephiroth is coming to Final Fantasy Dissidia in the arcades later in November. I don't even think that's out in the U.S. at all anywhere, right? There's probably nowhere to play it.
I've never seen it.
I don't know what it is.
A bunch of people playing in Japan. Some people were even saying they should put it in Evo Japan.
Interesting. I'd love to see it. Yeah. I mean, that'd be cool.
Yeah. I think that would be super cool to see. Really interesting thing here. So Virtual Fighter 5 Final Showdown apparently is playable in Yakuza 6.
Yeah.
In the Yakuza 6 game. That entire game is in there, and They just announced that you can play it online via shared play.
So the Yakuza game before this had another Virtual Fighter game and like an older version.
Oh, did it?
I think it's
okay.
the Yakuza games have just had Virtual Fighter in it.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Like you walk up to the arcade machine and you just play it.
That's so cool.
So it sounds like you could actually play Virtual Fighter 5's Final Showdown in Yakuza and play it online against people.
That's so sick.
That's pretty sick.
I didn't know online play was in there. That's really cool.
Yeah. Also, Skullgirls just announced that they reached the physical copy reached the 10,000 pre-order mark, which which basically Mike Z kept joking as give Mike Z more work, because now he has to port over all the Japanese voice acting into the American version.
Was like
so the options, the stretch goal.
Yeah, that was the stretch goal. I was trying to think of the words. Good work, Jimmy.
Yeah, good stuff there.
Got it.
And apparently Tekken 7 Fated Retribution is going through another patch at the end of November, and there's a whole changelog there. And lastly, King of Fighters 14, there's like some Chinese premium edition, and apparently there's like, it's like a special edition, and it might be hinting at some potential costume changes.
Oh.
So like maybe it comes with some free costumes or something like that, which might imply that they're putting costumes in.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's like no DLC outfits in that game,
right? Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. It sounds like that might actually be happening.
Okay.
So there you go.
That's kind of cool.
I don't have any community news here. I only have one thing, which was that a new Quamba stick has come out.
Where's the dummy? You see him in the chat?
No, what's he saying? Oh, patch Tekken, it's not even out? It is out. Just not for us.
It's been on the arcades
in the West.
and also patched like 5 times already in the arcades.
But you know. Quamba has a new joystick here. It is the called the Dragon Arcade Stick.
It looks really nice.
You want to put it on the internet there?
I'm trying to. There you go. So it's a really pretty joystick here. It like these lights like light up. Like so if you're playing in the dark, it's bright.
Sick.
And so here's like a
little gallery.
Yeah, a little gallery.
Apparently it pops open. I'm sure that'll be one of the pictures.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's so sweet looking.
Look at that.
Yeah, it looks really nice. This and also Sama parts in this stick.
Oh, Sama parts.
They said it was Sama parts, which is really awesome.
And dude, seriously, like this thing here, like it looks like one of those Transformers that transformed into a base. Like Triptychon or Metroplex or something like that, right? I mean, like, it's cool.
Some more pictures of that.
That's so cool.
That looks really great. Yeah, that stick. So I don't own a PS4 stick yet.
Gorgeous.
And this might be the one.
Yeah,
it looks really nice.
It's a good choice. Yeah, I like it a lot.
Oh, someone actually said the inside those are dragon scales.
Oh yeah.
I didn't even think about that, but yeah, he might be.
I can't really see it zoomed up well enough.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say, right? Yeah. All the pictures I've seen have been like this size. So
I hope that you can fit a sandwich in there.
That's the goal, right?
Really
Are you gonna gut that Red Bull stick they gave you and put a sandwich in there?
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, carry it around for all the times I bring.
Can you pull out the styrofoam inside of it to give it more space?
That's what I was planning to do, but I haven't actually tried
I'm sure you could gut it and turn it into a real stick.
I would think you could, yeah.
That's probably what I would have done.
Okay. Well, that's all I have in terms of community news. I guess we should also talk about the fact that Chris T was signed by Denial, sorry.
Congrats to him.
Yeah, so he got dropped by EVB, but immediately
sort of abruptly, right? The whole team kind of
did not was not a fortunate end, that's for sure. But yeah, I'm happy for him that he got picked up by Denial very quickly after. It's good. That's a legit esports team.
And certainly. I expect a lot of these guys that are going to be at Capcom Cup going to get picked up all of a sudden. Like I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, Brolinho got picked up recently by who did he get picked up by? Shoot,
I don't remember.
We talked about it on the show. I forgot.
Yes, we did.
Yes. Brolinho.
Look at you guys, Google.
Sponsor.
Flipside.
Flipside. That's what it is. Yeah, Flipside picked him up. So a lot of people, I'm sure, are going to get picked up who are not sponsored yet. And there's some weird ones that are still not sponsored. Like Tokido's still not sponsored, right?
Oh, I'm sure that's by
choice.
His own choice. Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably holding out for something excellent.
I'm surprised that he hasn't joined like Red Bull or something like that with his buddy Bonchan and Daigo.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah. Okay. Someone said that Dogura and Goichi got sponsored by Team Cyclops.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't heard
Team Cyclops.
I haven't heard anything about that yet.
What is?
And RB, yeah, dude, I talked to him outside the venue. Nice. I was just standing out there just because I was getting warm inside and it was rainy outside and it was nice. RB comes walking up to me and he starts talking to me and everything. And he actually said that, like, that event and the Last Chance Asia qualifiers were like his last-ditch effort to try to get to Capcom Cup, because he might not even keep playing after this year. And like at that point, like every time I saw him, I was like, keep playing, like stay. But you know, like jokingly, because obviously he has real life, and it's hard because when you're at that point where you're good enough to win events, so traveling is worth it to get into Capcom Cup, then it becomes even more of a full-time job.
You gotta play a lot to stay at that level.
Exactly. So there you go.
Whoa.
Oh, that's right. Eris got picked up by Round Table Pizza. No, he didn't actually get picked
funny.
up, but they actually responded to him and they like gave him like discounts for Round Table.
Do you guys
Pizza.
know the lore about all this?
He's been serious about that?
You didn't know about that? So
I didn't think it was serious.
he was talking about how much he liked Red Bull on his thing, and somebody donated and was like, "It's sponsored by Round Table," and he's like, "That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, I wouldn't do that at all." Well, who do I talk to about that? Like, that was like his thing about it or whatever. And then so like he was talking about how much he loves Round Table, and then Round Table DM'd him on Twitter, and then we're like, "Hey man, we heard you like our pizza. That's really awesome. Like, here's some gift cards to Round Table Pizza. So like next time you get pizza, it's on us. Blah, 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 all this kind of stuff." So he told that story on his stream, and he said eating sports, because you know his whole thing is he calls it eat sports. Eat sports. So he does like a thing, and he was like eating sports, and he yelled it, and that's now like one of his sub noises.
Oh,
it's really
that's
funny.
so good. That's
but
so good.
that got turned into a YouTube video by his YouTube guy, No Pants, and then Round Table tweeted that video of him telling the story about how they sent him gift cards.
I didn't know.
And was like, "Oh my God, Eris," or like we're a big fan of you too, or something like that. And
I did see that.
And Eris like tweeted back, was like, "Biggest smile on my face. Round Table, best table." And I was like, this guy is hella eating sports.
Dang,
Look at him go.
He is made of sports.
Yeah, dude.
He is 100% made of sports.
He's so famous. That guy commentated in the Mandalay Bay. He's eating sports from Round Table Pizza.
Yeah, exactly.
Gonna be dumping out all sorts of sports. Dang.
What's your favorite pizza place?
Like a chain?
Is that a chain?
Oh, that's harder. Maybe a Round Table. I don't know.
Domino's. Oh, Round Table's already spoken for. So.
Yeah, I like Round Table.
Domino's is the best. In fact, I just ordered them recently.
Oh yeah, Domino's.
Domino's
number
is so
one
good.
among major national pizza chains.
Exactly.
Also, they should sponsor me for sure.
Starbucks, yeah. There you go. I approve.
Oh man, Papa John's is not that great.
It used to be really good. It used to be really good.
Yeah, when it started out,
it was one of my favorites.
I liked it, and I feel like there was a noticeable decrease in quality.
Yeah, I agree.
I think there's not really that many chains of pizza in Southern California.
Actually, I wonder, like, would I prefer Domino's or would I prefer Pizza Hut?
I like Domino's over Pizza Hut.
I like Domino's pizza better, but I like Pizza Hut's pasta better.
Oh.
Their Toscani pastas are super
You're a
legit.
pasta guy.
I like Domino's pasta.
Dude, it's good, but like.
Wait, which one does the bread bowl? It's Domino's, right?
Domino's,
yeah, okay, I like those.
But Pizza Hut's pasta,
So gross.
like they're
but good.
But they're like their chicken Alfredo.
I mean, they're delicious.
The chicken Alfredo and the
Please sponsor us.
Toscani marinara pasta or whatever it's called is like from Pizza Hut.
As you eat it,
super good.
You're just like, I'm gonna die so young.
The bread bowl?
Yeah,
I'm
gonna die so young.
Those are a once in a blue moon, man. You cannot survive on those. That is for sure.
Tasty Steve called something we ate. This is a big bowl of garbage. Look at this thing. They try to serve me garbage in a bowl.
But it's tasty, you know what are you gonna do?
Oh man, that's we ordered something somewhere, and that's what look at this, man. They try to serve us garbage in a bowl.
Yeah, the Pasta Primavera bread bowl. That's what I'm talking about. Also, the app, the Domino's app. I like their app.
Oh really?
Dude,
I think they have a good app.
Look, the fact that they have that app that tells you exactly what process it is in is pretty much.
There's a good. That's
I like
nice.
Chipotle's app
the
too.
One time,
garbage.
The one
you don't
time,
like Chipotle's app?
Awful.
What?
Well, you don't like Chipotle or their app?
Anything to do with Chipotle, I find is just not palatable.
There was actually one time I was watching that Domino's thing. So after you order the pizza, they're like in the oven, baking it.
Yeah.
And I actually saw it was like in the oven. And then it was like quality check.
Yeah.
And then it went back to in the oven. I was like, what? Like they checked. I was like, whoa, there you go. So, yeah, there you go. So Domino's and their thin crust pizza, so good. Like it's underrated. Their thin crust pizza is super, super good.
So somebody says
their chicken is also really good, and they also have the cinnamon sticks with the icing that you can dip it into that kills you.
Yeah, that's gonna. Yeah, you're gonna die.
Super good, super good. Everything about Domino's.
I can eat a bread bowl full of pasta, but
Domino's
those cinema sticks.
Their cheesy bread. Oh, their cheesy bread is super good.
Cheesy bread is just top tier in general.
Yeah. I like cheesy bread a lot.
Yeah.
There was one time in college. One time in college, my friends and I.
I don't like how this started.
We ordered a thing of cheesy sticks, and nobody wanted to eat it except for me and my one friend. And so we ate together this entire large order of cheesy sticks.
God.
And I felt like I was drunk on grease.
Dude, yeah, no, I know that feeling.
I remember like kind of like wobbling around a little bit. And
no,
it was the worst feeling.
Tomorrow,
Don't eat a full thing.
I am
cheesy
going
sticks.
with Ringe and Vicious to try some deep dish pizza place in Fullerton. That's like apparently good deep dish.
Really?
Like Chicago style deep dish?
Yeah, they like came from Chicago and now they do deep dish in here.
Interesting.
I'd like to try that sometime. Let me know how it is.
Yeah,
I'm really interested in trying it. But now that got me thinking about pizza, and I was like, I wanted pizza as soon as this conversation started.
That sounds great. Like, definitely, I don't think any of us would pick Domino's as like our favorite pizza place. But the question was, what's your favorite national chain?
Yeah, exactly.
Gets the job done.
They're the ones that have the money to sponsor people. I mean, they're the best food.
They're the best.
They're the best.
They're the food
so
delicious.
There's Cinna sticks. You dip it into like melted icing, and like you eat it, and then the next day you regret it.
Yeah, that sounds
But it's
rough.
super good. It's super tasty. If you like sweet stuff like that, so.
Do you ever like, you know those carpets that are very tightly wound?
Yeah.
And you kind of put your hand on them, and you can press them in a little bit, but it's like you can't press them in.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Carpet.
Oh, carpet.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, look at that. That looks real.
That looks good, right?
That's legit. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Is that on the internet there? You wanna?
Sure.
I told Ringe, I was like, yeah, I'm really excited to try deep dish outside of Chicago, and he's like, well, when you show up to this place, it's literally decked out in Chicago.
Yeah, that looks real. Look at that.
It looks like a real deep dish, huh?
It does. It does.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. It looks tasty.
I would eat that.
Lord Sage am getting this tomorrow.
And I've tried all like the Chicago deep dish chains, so I have like a point of comparison. So it's gonna be pretty interesting to see how it is.
Anyway, my beard is the carpet in this scenario.
Yeah, I see you just tearing at that thing.
Like pressing on it is like the same feeling as like pressing on like not a thick carpet, a tightly wound
that
carpet.
office carpet.
Yeah, it's like
right?
office carpet.
Yeah, the office carpet.
And there's like little fuzzies coming up.
Yeah,
here and there.
You need to shave that.
It's like when you wake up in the morning, one side's poofy and the other side's kind of flat.
Yeah,
you got a real like
now.
blade shave one time, and you said it was like the greatest thing.
Oh,
right?
that was great. Yeah, for my birthday one time, my girlfriend got me an actual.
I mean,
shave.
is it like super expensive to do that?
I don't think it was crazy. It was
right.
Like
so I would imagine you could just do it again.
Like it was a lot, but like
you could just do it again, right?
I could, but I'd rather just not do that and find my beard. Just get because let me tell you, man, that's not the only thing going on. All right.
Okay.
That makes a lot of sense. I understand.
It's not the only thing happening right now.
That's too bad.
Starting to find that some of my shirts have been.
People are wondering what this was.
They've been infiltrated. They've been exfiltrated by
people are
certain
wondering
aspects
what this
happening
is.
down here.
This is a program called OneTab that I can, because I used to be a tab whore. I used to have 7,000 tabs. No, that's what I seriously was.
Let me tell you, dude.
The terminology.
I think that was before you did the Ultragen with us.
Yeah.
It was upsetting to look at.
Yeah,
I came here once and I complained to him.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, come on, that's unnecessary.
So I actually have this now. So now it just creates a set of links. And I use that for the show. So now I actually add those links to the tab there.
Hey, both of you. Like, how many unread emails do you have?
Oh, I don't have 37,000.
Right?
Oh my God.
How does that even happen?
How
does that happen?
You know that Steve all the time he'd be like, man, when's our flight to whatever? And I'm like, look at your emails. And it takes him like 10 minutes to find the email. And I'm like, why do you have 37,000
that number is literally unbelievable to me. Like I feel like that must be a glitch.
I don't even have 37,000 emails probably in my Yahoo Mail account.
No way.
Right?
That must be a glitch.
Steve has 37,000 unread
emails.
Like is he sending all of the spam into the main inbox? Does he have a spam folder?
I have no idea. What if that's not his spam folder? Like what if in the spam folder there's like 500,000 emails?
I just don't understand. Like I have email. And
someone says they have 39,000 unread emails on theirs.
That's
impossible. That's not okay.
There must be something happening.
I literally have 0.
What's happening?
0.
Yeah, fine. 0's fine. Like 10 is fine.
Yeah, totally.
When I get to 400, I freak out.
That's too much.
If I had 30, I would feel weird about it.
Yeah, me too. I can't get that many.
Well, look, I get to 400, and that explains why I'm so terrible with responding to
you guys.
So.
37,000.
But see, I thought 400 was bad.
Yeah, I think that's bad too.
Yeah, and 37 39,000 is like a whole completely different thing. Dude.
My inbox, like, as soon as an email is no longer relevant to me, it's out of there. Like, I cannot stand my inbox having, like, 20 emails in it that I've read but I need to keep, you know? It's like my itineraries and stuff. I want no emails in my inbox. I want it to literally be what I absolutely need.
Yeah.
37,000 emails?
I really think there's something going on there. Like, there's got to be a glitch. That number can't be real.
Right. Exactly. Like, I don't even know.
He's got to make a new email.
Right,
that account needs to be burned. Like, never.
Seriously,
never use
like,
it.
Just give it up.
Create a new Gmail account and just, like, Tasty Steve 2, like, make a new account, 2.0, make a new account, and just never use that old one again. Like everybody, this is my new account, and just make a new one. Because 37,
so
like, how do you even find stuff in there?
Maybe
someone
this
in
is
the
what
chat says that he has 39,000 emails.
Maybe
he
this
says
is what
it's
it
too
is.
much to deal with at this point.
Maybe it's the case that he has Twitter send him every time somebody
follows
him.
And like
maybe
Facebook,
he has, Facebook and Twitch, and he just never does anything about that, and it's just like pooping up his whole thing.
This. So someone in the chat was making fun of me because I'm still using Yahoo Mail, right, instead of using Gmail. And I will tell you this right now, because you cannot sort by sender in Gmail, I will never go to Gmail.
You can do
you can search for one.
You can do it in the little search bar. There's a way to make it.
There's no way to sort it. There's no way to sort by sender. Trust me, I have
just type in the sender's name, right?
Right. But the reason why it's important to sort by them because I don't know who all the senders are. I don't know who I'm looking for. When I sort by sender, I can see like 50 emails by this one person, highlight them, delete them all at once.
Well, why don't you get like a Gmail account and then like Outlook or Thunderbird or something to do that.
That would probably
because
work.
Yahoo just got busted. Did you hear about that?
No.
Like, the emails, their email, they allowed a lot of hacking.
Oh, yeah.
This just happened. It's happened many times, but like it just happened again.
Right.
Majorly, many millions.
Yeah, nothing goes to my Yahoo account. It's like my
that's my garbage account.
Yeah, it's like more.
If there was just a way that I could sort, because every time my mailbox does get to 300 or 400 unread. Like I can clean it up in no time flat because I can sort by sender.
I just check my email like every day.
Yeah, I know.
I
used to do that.
I used to use Thunderbird back in the day of the dark ages of the internet, but as soon as Gmail became a reasonable thing to do on the actual web browser, and as soon as they allowed offline Gmail in Chrome and stuff, that's all I do.
Yeah.
That's all I do. Well, except for again, my dump truck garbage
Yahoo
haul of
right.
Yeah, that's my Yahoo account is.
I had a dump truck email, but then it was with Earthlink.
Dude, you know what's funny is actually, I gave somebody my Yahoo email because they were like, "What's your email account?" You know, I had to send up something, and they were looking at it, and I put in honk whatever it is at yahoo.com, and they were like, "Really?" They were like, "Don't give me the spam one, all right?" They knew it. That's what everybody does.
Damn, dude.
It's the spam account.
I went to
So now I'm giving everyone my Yahoo account. They almost think I'm trying to like ditch them or something. You know?
I went to get my phone fixed one time, and this guy was like, I was like, "How long is it gonna take until I can get in there?" And he's like, 7:30 is our next appointment, and it was like noon, and I was like, "I'm just gonna go somewhere else." And like he was like, "All right, cool. Like, let me get your email for this." And I was like, "Oh, I'll just." And he's like, "Well, we want your email for what?" And I was like, "I'm with Brad, my roommate." And I was like, "My email's Brad's school email," because that's Brad's actual email. His school email is like Brad's school email at whatever, right? And I just like gave it to him, and Brad is looking at me, and he's like, "You son of a," and he's like, "What's your name?" I was like, Steven. And I gave it to him, and they hella emailed Brad forever. And he still would hit me up and be like, "Dude, I can't believe you gave him my email." It was so good. Oh, I'm sorry, Brad. There was no way out of that scenario.
How are you guys still friends, dude?
My roommate. There was no way out of that scenario. Like he was.
No.
I gave him Brad's email.
Brad
that's funny.
Brad could have been like, "That's my email." He's lying,
no,
right?
He just was staring at me the whole time, like this guy. I was so sick. That was my only way out of that scenario, dude. I was like trying to think of an escape route. I was like,
you say no, I will pass on.
I couldn't do it. He was insistent. I was like, all right. Oh, that was so sick.
I've been on the wrong camera view this whole time.
I'm sorry.
Right.
Whatever.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, anything else that you guys want to talk about? Any other news? Any other goings-ons?
No.
No.
James.
Watch
Nothing
Rewired.
else has happened
Watch
in the past
Rewired. This
nothing
coming
else.
weekend, Sajam and I will be there.
Yeah, we're doing
On
commentary.
Monday, if you're around, you can join me at the University of Advancing Tech and check out my talk, which I'm not
Be
sure.
eating
what's
Sonora dog somewhere.
That even sounds like a fighting game related name.
Yeah.
Advancing Tech.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. It's like Advancing Guard. Advancing Tech.
Yeah, I played Marvel Training Mode not that long ago.
Oh,
It's just
such
the
a
best.
beautiful, beautiful training mode.
It's
Training
so
mode is
good.
That
good.
sandbox is so fun to play in.
I swear, I found like some new thing that I could do with my team, and I was like, "This is so
Yeah.
sick."
There are so many permutations that if you have some even slightly unusual team, like you're probably inventing stuff.
Yeah.
It's also like its 5-year anniversary today since
That's
Marvel
right.
3 came
Oh,
out.
that's right.
Also, Justin Wong's birthday. Happy birthday to him.
Yeah, it's so funny that his
came out
birthday
on
is
his
the
birthday?
yeah. Apparently so. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. Apparently so.
Yeah.
So there
Happy
you go.
birthday to Justin and Marvel.
Oh yeah, have you seen that new Laura tech? The fireball trading tech?
Yeah, so that's not just Laura.
Yeah, it's everybody. It's
Right,
everybody.
okay.
It's like the hit stop of the fireball.
The hit stop of the fireball, it's
Yeah.
not hitting at that time.
Right.
And so, for example, one thing that Dalsum can do is if there's a fireball trade,
Mm-hmm.
he can
Punch
attack
through
through
it.
it. Yeah, he can press stand strong with stand
And
big.
like hit the
through it.
guy, and then he'll get hit. Right.
There's a
Most likely.
timing you can do it where he won't get hit.
Oh,
Just linearly track
really?
fast enough. Yeah.
Oh
pretty cool.
dang.
Yeah, this is like one of those super marginal things that's doesn't really matter, but like
Right.
it's cool
Yeah.
for Dalsum. But for Laura, I can see that
Yeah.
being like a useful,
Yeah, it was pretty sick.
useful thing.
Yeah, no, it's really cool.
It's another one of those,
Say about it, but I forgot.
Invented by tool assisted things, right? Where
No,
you
no,
found it, or was it someone else?
Javits saw
Javits
it.
saw?
Someone else
Somebody
tweeted
else
it to
did it.
Javits.
Yeah.
And then Javits hit up Tool Assisted, and then
Yeah.
Tool Assisted showed him like
Pretty
figured
much
out how it worked and stuff.
how it
so like
went.
that. Yeah.
Cool.
No, but it's really cool tech. It's really neat. So I wonder if that'll actually get put into play at any sort of time. You know, like if someone throws EX Fireball, you can just like go right through it or something
Yeah.
like that. So.
One thing I did want to mention before I forget. So I've been watching a lot of Ketchup and Mustard's YouTube channel lately for Mortal Kombat stuff. They've been doing a lot of like DHCs, but for them,
Okay.
they'll look at they'll ask two people to play, and then they'll play an extended set, and
that's so
then
cool.
they will commentate over it, or else they'll like look at some old event, or they'll whatever that they commentate over, and that's been super great. For me, I really like following that game, and they're much more knowledgeable about it than I am at this point. So it's really cool to watch and keep on top of YouTube or Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, their channel's awesome.
Yeah, and you've also been doing a lot of analysis.
Yeah, so I've been doing commentary / analysis over a lot of events that have happened. So like I covered Red Bull Battlegrounds. I looked at a bunch of RB and other players. Like I looked at the finals and stuff like that. I did that for Southeast Asia Major, CEO, SCR, all these events that have happened. And so I'm going to do the same thing when I get back from Rewired. I've been streaming a lot, like 3 to 4 days a week. I usually stream around anywhere from 10 to 12 PST I start. And I stream for like a few hours and then, So my channel is twitch.tv/Sajam. I've been streaming a lot. And doing a lot of like analysis of different games and also just playing Street Fighter Online. Like I've been playing ranked because I haven't played ranked since like the game came out.
Right.
I've been playing ranked with Urian and it's super fun so far. Man, that character is a
That
blast.
character's a lot of fun.
Dude,
It's a blast.
like I've actually streamed twice this week.
I know,
Woo!
nice.
So I
Nice.
streamed on Saturday, I streamed on Monday. On Saturday I played online and I was just getting beat up and I was just like, ugh. And then, but the cool thing about it was like I figured out why I was getting beat up. Just because I'm not uppercutting people who jump at me.
Yeah.
So they get free jump-ins on me all the time, right? Because I'm so focused on the ground game.
Yeah.
Right at the very end of Saturday, I realized that I won 2 games and I was like, I'm just going to stop on a happy note.
That's a good plan.
And then on Monday I played, and then I just immediately got to gold and like kept getting more points.
Dang, man, you were starting from
Like way down
the
there.
boondocks.
Oh yeah. I've barely played any ranks.
Yeah.
I barely played any ranks.
Yeah.
So, in fact, I think all of the times I've ever played ranked are on YouTube. Like
That's great.
seriously, like every single time that I
So
played. So.
I told you guys I hadn't played ranked since March. And so like
Dang.
I got to like right when the game came out. Remember when Arturo hit 7,500 and that was like plat and like he was the first person. I hit 5K at that time and I was like 7,500. I'm only at 5K. That's impossible. So I stopped playing because 5K is gold.
Right.
And so like when Urian came out, I've been streaming him like the last 2 weeks. I can't believe how like I feel like where those players were in gold before is now what I feel like 10,000 is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So like
totally. Yeah, I'm at like 9 or 10K now with Urian.
Oh, okay.
And like I feel like I'm like all these players, I'm just playing them, and I'm like, man, this is crazy. Like there's so many people like way up there, and I'm like, every match gives me 1 billion points because everybody I play has way more than me. It's pretty sick.
Yeah, I want to get up there because then you'll start playing the people that you can play a little bit more.
Man, so I just started playing it after this YouTube charity, the charity thing. Right? I hadn't played online in ranked again, not as long as you guys hadn't, but in a while. And so since then I've been playing, and I played this guy, the Mocha Latte.
Oh yeah, the Arizona player.
I've seen videos of him, but shout outs. You're definitely the best player I've ever played randomly ranked online.
Yeah, he's very good.
Really?
He was super
His
strong.
Dudley in Street Fighter 4 was very, very good.
Okay.
Yeah,
one of the best.
I was really impressed. Like a lot of the times when I get randomly matched up against people in like the top 100, they're grinders.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, they're not like actually that great, and so that doesn't. I tend to do fine, but he's like 40 something, and he like definitely put the hurt on me.
That's awesome.
It was really cool.
That's awesome.
No, Mocha Latte is really good. He'll definitely be at Rewired this weekend because he's an Arizona player. I think he's like been one of their. Him and Yusuf are like their two best players. I think. And like in Street Fighter 4 Velociraptor, right?
I'm still fighting.
And then I played Iperu, and he got dunked.
Iperu got dunked. Was it Laura? Oh
Laura.
no!
With Zangief?
Yeah.
I'm definitely making a Heidi account soon because I want to grind.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Well, now it's like not as secret as it used to be for me. But,
yeah, your Heidi account is too obvious. I saw the name and I was like, that's so David. Like, I knew immediately. I was like, oh, God. I laughed so hard.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have been able to guess it in the first place.
No, but I'm going to make... The Heidi account names I have are so terribly trash names that, like, I don't think anybody will know.
Well, see, that's the thing is, like, my Heidi account name, I actually do have one that I call it a Smurf account, right? So,
yeah, what's his Heidi name? I've never heard of it.
Oh, I don't know. Heidi is another term for Smurf.
Okay.
Same kind of thing.
I have a Smurf account, but I named it something that's, like, so normal sounding that, like, it's impossible to
I had a lot of cool names like that I want to do, but I talked about them, so I can't use them. Like, so I was gonna use Namaste 6.
Right.
Like that's just such a normal set. Like no one would ever know that's me, right? But we talked about that so much because Jeremy got cut off by a guy whose license plate was Namaste 6.
Right.
And we're like, just Namaste, dude. It's fine. Like we just made fun of him for so long because he got angry, and now like Jeremy is Namaste 6 on Steam, so like I can't use it anymore. But yeah, I have some pretty trash. Terrible names I'm gonna use, like
so a whole bunch of people saying that you've been playing. You played against Sajam Segway, right?
Oh my god, there's a guy in I love Sajam Segway. Let me tell you why Sajam Segway is sick. This guy named Sajam Segways. It's not me. I played against him on my stream, so there's proof that it's not me.
Okay.
People have been hitting me up like, "Yo, man, I got dunked by your Ken on Sajam."
They think it's you.
They think it's me. I had like 4 or 5 really good players. Like PR Rog lost to Sajam.
Oh no!
I beat Sajam Segways on my stream with Urian. It was so sick. And Wardo messaged me and was like, "I'm so mad." And I was like, "What happened?" And I was like, "He's like, He's like, are you Sajam Segway? I missed my Fireball super chip out." And I was like, "He lost to Sajam Segways. Let's go." I've seen that guy on so many streams. He's like a Ken player and he's really good. When I played him, I was like, I thought he was going to be like, it's a troll account, so I was like, oh, he's not going to be that good. That fool is good. I was like, oh, snap. He's holding on to the mantle. Let's go. His Ken is really good. It's not me.
I mean, when you were streaming and you asked me to play on your account, like, oh, wait. No, sorry, never mind.
Oh, yeah, it's not.
I see.
But Nick Tonella came up to me at Wizard I Fights 2 and was like, man, your Ken is so good. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, I played you online. I was like, that's definitely not me. Sajam Segway's not me. There's a clip of me playing him.
Right.
Yeah, I beat him 2-1.
I wish that we could change our name on the PC version like you can typically with Steam.
Yeah, I used to have so many stupid names on
there. One of my pastimes is making up stupid names on Steam.
Yeah.
And I can't change it, and I'm kind of bummed about that.
It's the worst, right? Like, I used to play as Dan Brown, and I would just play Brown Dan.
Oh, makes sense.
And, like, Seth Green, I played as Green Seth. And, like, I had all these, like... I had, like,
That's
random...
genius.
Yeah, I had all these random names. Shout out to Blockbuster John, by the way. I had all these random names like that where I would just play, like... I would make a pun about some character's name and only play that character. Or, like, just go about random account names. And it was super fun.
I would really have to learn how to play the Green Fang and just be Green Sleeves the whole time.
Yeah, like, it was so cool, like, being able to change your name like that. Because I had so many stupid names that I would just play as for fun.
I mean, I still do it, but for other games, you can't do it for Street Fighter.
Yeah.
So right now I'm Rando Calrissian, but
Rando Calrissian.
Yeah, but that's not gonna last long.
It's pretty good. Yeah, I constantly do that too because I think making up new names is super fun. I play Rocket League as the bonk chonkler.
Oh, you're still on this
instead
thing?
of the bonk
Oh,
chonkler. Yeah, I have a few of those that I still play as.
Someone says Smug has 3 accounts. That's way less than what he had.
He had like 20 in Street
On
Fighter.
Xbox 360, he kept getting those free month cards, and he would just make a new account. He would get to like top 10 of Dudley.
All the Dudley top 10 was him.
Yeah, every single one of them.
Yeah, all 10 of them. It was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought that I was original with Rando Calrissian, and then I Googled it to be to make for sure that I would. I was not. It turns out that it's quite popular.
Yeah, okay,
that sucks. There's a lot of things like that. Like I think Street Fighter related pun character names.
Birdie Sanders.
Birdie Sanders. Yeah,
no,
Birdie
that's
Sanders.
What they all named that bird
Genius.
that jumped on his.
Oh, I remember. Birdie, but so there's now a Birdie.
Oh,
Birdie Sanders. Birdie Sanders.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
There's so many cool names that I wish I could change my tag to just to be a jerk online, but I can't.
Someday.
Yeah.
I hope.
I'm just gonna make a Heidi with a stupid name.
Because I can in MKX, and I do in MKX.
Sick.
You change your name all the time.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Shaquille O'Neal. Yeah.
That name is
I
cool,
like that. I like
That's up
that
there.
too. Yeah.
All right. Anyway, you guys.
Okay. We're just killing.
Wanna get out of here?
Okay. Oops.
What the heck was that?
That was my. This table is
Did you
like.
snap it?
I have a problem where when I'm down here working on stuff, I lean on it like this.
Oh, I can see why.
And it's like killing this thing. Like I might need to get a new one soon. So
I see.
I may have to charge the Ultra Chen coffers for a new rolling table for the keyboard and mouse. So.
Tupperware, I'm not going to just make a new PSN Plus account.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah, come on.
You can do this sharing thing on Steam. It's easier. You just like make a new account and then share Street Fighter 5 with it, and then you have a new account on Steam.
Okay. Sounds like
That's
a lot
what
of
I'm gonna
work too.
That sounds like a lot of work.
It's not the end of the world.
I don't want to
but
jump through hoops. I just want to make fun of
Yeah,
things.
Bob Sagat. I definitely played as that name. Yeah, that's a classic.
Oh no, the best
Been around
one. The
forever.
best one to me was Tom Cannon, which he adopted into his
very good.
into his Twitter, which is Pro Tom Cannon.
Yeah, that's genius.
Yeah, like all those are like the classics, right? Like, yeah.
Alrighty, I'm gonna get out of here.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds like you're tired. All right.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
I'm gonna go look for my beer trimmer.
Do you want to grab some dinner?
That sounds like a good idea. Shout out to all the Sajam subscribers. By the way, you guys are all amazing. I saw you guys posting stuff in the chat.
So I've got a partnership on jchensor now. Yeah. So I might stay so that I do all my fighting game stuff on Ultra Chen TV. But if I do horrible things like play Rock Band on...
You should stream that on Ultra Chen.
Yeah, that sounds great to me too.
You want me to just stream Rock Band on Ultra Chen TV?
You should.
All these fighting game people are going to be like, all right, let's see what cool fighting game. And it's just going to be like me singing Huey Lewis on stream.
Sounds amazing.
All right.
My cat grabbed my chest hair from outside of my shirt yesterday. I'm going to go... No, it was here. It was out there. And Kyle was just like, and I was like, how did that happen? But they're starting to poke through. So I'm going to go home and look for my beard trimmer. Have a good night, everybody.
Peace out.